Ill live from the throne world. You're watching.
Live?
We're live. We're watching the Dopest Podcast episode 5. To my left is the greatest, the realest nigga of all time, aka Warshak himself, Vez. And to my right is that nigga, the Night Owl, Robert Hardy, aka Artist Are Holy. And I just want to say to begin with, if you have a conversation with somebody and they say some shit that you don't like, they're entitled to their opinion, no matter how upsetting it makes you feel. But please, and I mean this more so to ladies, please do not use words that you don't understand the fucking definition about. No, because last night I was at work and I brought up the Will and Jada thing again. And I was telling this woman, she said to me, yeah, Will didn't have to really do all of that, but I kind of get it, and this, that, and the third. He could have handled that better. I said, I agree with you, but, you know, I also know that in the moment, you don't know how the fuck you gonna act. Emotions run high, and you just do stupid shit. Love makes you do dumb shit. The effect that Jada has on him is just kind of crippling. And she said, oh, that sounds misogynistic. I started to say, bitch, do you know what the fuck that word means? I said, I need you to look up what that word means. She said, but but it does sound misogynistic. I said, no. Stop what the fuck you're saying and look what that word means. And she said, well, I don't have my phone. I said, all right, nah, fuck out of here. Because now you done triggered me. You're calling me misogynistic, or you're saying that what I'm saying is misogynistic because I said that love makes you do crazy things. That's not a misogynistic term or tone of any sort, because that could be men or women. Bitches have killed their children because they want to be with a nigga and he didn't want kids. Niggas have killed other niggas because that pussy was just that good to them, or they didn't want to see her with nobody else but them. So don't sit here and tell me that I'm misogynistic for saying love makes you do dumb shit when it's fucking true. The greatest wars in history have been fought over money, land, and women. Like, don't let nobody tell you anything different.
Niggas
so when I
pussy, bro.
Right. So when I showed her the definition, you know, then she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I said, "Yeah, I bet you fucking are." Like, damn. So please don't use words that you don't know the definition of. If you're being funny, I get it, but that was a serious conversation that we were having. Like, you know, that shit kind of irked my nerves. Tonight's game is going to be some Horizon Forbidden West. I'm fucking loving it. I think I turned like 47 earlier today playing this game. Okay. I'm not drinking anything. I'm actually eating cereal. So it'll be a minute before we actually get started with the gameplay. But the gameplay is just to keep you all entertained as we talk about tonight's topics. Vez has a question for us that he didn't get a chance to ask us last week. Okay. We also have to talk about music and things that we're expecting from specific or certain artists, and also the Batman. We're not gonna like spoil it or anything, but I saw an article that said it had hit like 700 billion in box office. So, you know, all good things. But Vince, I'm gonna let you go ahead with your question that you wanted to ask my guy.
All right, let me pick. All right, now, man, we got it. All right, so look, quick question.
Yeah.
If yes spells Y-E-S, what does E-Y-E-S spell?
E-Y-E. Wait, say that shit again.
I already got the answer, but
yeah, see,
I already got the answer.
If yes spells Y-E-S, what does E-Y-E-S spell?
Eyes.
That's eyes, bro.
Eyes.
That's eyes. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just checking.
Are you going on that? Wait, I think I saw this video. You talking about that video?
Hold on.
Bro, this shit was too funny. Bro.
Yeah, I saw that video, bro.
Wait, hold on. I gotta give me some context or some background or something because I'm fucking lost right now.
Uh,
It's basically a guy that's out here, YouTuber. Well, it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that ask this question, but they go around asking random people this question,
Mm-hmm.
and you basically ask the same question I asked him. These motherfuckers go ES, and I'm like, what? Like,
yeah, motherfucker say ES, bro. Yeah, ES. Like, god damn, bro. I saw one
Wow.
girl
I'm
actually,
like,
like, she actually sounded it out, and it sounded like like a moan. That's the one I saw. Like, it's like she moaned when she said it, and I was like, why the fuck did
yeah,
she? Yeah, I was like, why she? Yeah, she said, like, I was like, why the fuck she saying it like that? Like, what the fuck wrong with this? Like, what the fuck is that for? Like, why are you saying it like that? Just spell it out.
Wow. Yeah, that's like I seen like commercials for TikTok, and they trick niggas was saying fork when they were supposed to say spoon. I heard one nigga say bread when he was supposed to say toast. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are y'all just, this reminds me of, it reminds me of how they say that your body has to do shit simultaneously or in coordination with each other. Like, they say you can't rotate your right arm or they say you can't rotate your left arm and move your right arm up and down at the same time because you'll end up trying to do both with with the other arm. Like one of the arms is going to end up trying to either rotate or the other arm is going to either try to go like up and down. So that shit is crazy.
God
But
damn.
but yeah, so I listened to that Big Crit album and
Okay.
I liked it. I've never really heard his music like that. So this being my first actual album, I'm not entirely sure what type of
It's your first big crit project?
yeah. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
if this is like normal for him. I don't feel like this is
No,
normal. To me
it's
this is
not.
his to me this is his To Pimp a Butterfly. If I had to be
Okay.
like 100% honest. That's the
Different.
impression
Yeah.
that I'm getting from it. So
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I'm sure you can give me like more information.
Uh, I mean, well, actually, I meant to watch this interview. He did an interview with Apple Music about this project that I meant to watch. It was like an hour long, but I just haven't a chance. I got a chance to watch it, but no, this album was definitely different for him. It's a lot more
Mm-hmm.
singing on this,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool because it didn't sound bad, but it's like if you like Big Crit from what he's been doing before, I don't know how you'll feel about this one because like I said, I don't really know too many Big Crit listeners like that to know how people are feeling about it. But from
I
what
know they
from
not talking about that album.
yeah, they ain't really
Not to
talking about
cut
the
you off,
project. No,
but
no, you good, you good.
Holy shit.
They're not really talking about this project, but it's like this is another thing too. See, Big Crit also isn't really, he signed to a major record label. He said he's doing his independent route.
yeah,
So
he definitely took the independent route.
Mm.
right, so as far as the popularity of the project, it's not gonna be as popular you as it should be. But the project itself, we just talking about like how it is, the sound and the songs and everything. It's cool. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing I would brag about. I wouldn't recommend this as somebody who never listened to Big Crit as to this. They should be this first project. And like I said before, Big Crit has been making so many rap projects for years, like
Right.
just strictly
Facts.
rapping. That
Yeah.
if he want to do something different, I say let him. Like, cause this is his first time he's
Yeah.
ever done a project like this. So, but
Yeah.
it
Now,
was cool. It was cool. That's all I can say. It was cool.
yeah, I'm gonna let you finish and I'm gonna tell my piece.
Okay. Yeah. All I want to say, final verdict. It was cool. I don't even want to like say like I say, it wasn't trashed. Is it one of my favorites? Not really, me personally, but I respect that he actually is trying something different, and it didn't sound bad. Like it was it was just a smooth project to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah, but it was cool. That's my final verdict.
All right. So, what I'm gonna tell you, go listen to L.
Mm-hmm.
It's better this way. It's a mixtape you made.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
That was for me. That was his latest and greatest, and that say a lot with the caliber and the catalog of work he puts out. Like the body of work he has is phenomenal. But that mixtape alone was the first mixtape he put out when he first got unsigned from his label. Like when he was a free agent, that was his first mixtape. And that shit is amazing. And it's not no old ass mixtape or nothing. It's recent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
It was before the album he dropped. I'll send you a link. It's on that. It's
Thank
on that
you.
piff. You ain't even gotta. Oh, you can look this shit up on YouTube, nigga. Shit is right there.
Cause I be struggling to find something to listen through to make it through them 12 hours at work. Struggling.
I'm on his Apple Music page right now. It's better this way is on there, and I'm looking at the project. See, mine personally was Forever and a Day. That was my shit.
Mm-hmm.
The album?
That was my. I think that was a mixtape.
Forever and a Day.
Forever and a Day. And it did not come. It said 2021 Apple Music, but that did not come out in 2021. That shit came out years ago. But I guess he put this all on Apple Music like that year.
Yeah, I was about to say he must have put that out on Apple Music.
Yeah, Forever is a mighty long time. That was dope.
Forever is a mighty long time.
Yeah, that was my shit.
Oh shit. I was gonna make this the next topic, and I just opened up my Instagram. I'm sending y'all the photo. Moon Knight. Did y'all watch it? I know Rob's seen it.
I did.
I haven't yet.
Oh man,
I didn't know it was a series. I thought it was gonna be a fucking movie.
I thought it was gonna be a movie too because of how it was advertised.
Says this every time.
Because man, that trailer was fucking amazing.
No, the way they listen to me. The way they were describing this shit, it was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the next great movie, and I literally heard somebody say this shit. Now I don't know if it was.
This shit happens every time. I swear to y'all.
I literally heard somebody say, hey, it's a new movie coming out, Moon Knight. You heard about it? I'm like, you might be out, run across a random Marvel fan or somebody who's really into shit, but ain't really doing their research and start just throwing shit in the air.
Right.
Yeah. It's just funny. I swear that every time a Marvel Disney Plus show come out, I swear I hear somebody say, I thought it was a movie. They say this every time. They did this with Loki. They did this with Falcon and Winter Soldier.
This is the only thing. This is the only thing that I've ever thought was a movie. When
Right.
When Falcon and Winter Soldier came out, I was like, all right, bet that's gonna be a dope ass show. I can't believe that's a show. I feel like that really should have been a movie, but
that could have been.
I feel like that should have been a movie. That should have been a continuance from the last Endgame.
Exactly. Then WandaVision, like I just knew that had TV show vibes, so there was no.
Yeah, WandaVision was that's a show. I don't think I saw nobody say that. Oh, I thought that was a movie. No, not for WandaVision.
Now the concept of it could have been a movie, but I don't think it would have did too well at the box office. Loki, on the other hand,
been fucking great. You don't think that would have been great?
No. Okay, so when I say WandaVision as a movie would have probably not did too well, I'm not speaking from my experience, my guy. I am talking about the general at large. Everything Marvel has put out, with the exception of Thor: The Dark World and Captain Marvel, I have fucking loved.
That was great. That was great, bro. I agree.
Everything they put out is something to movies.
Infomercial and then all the good shit and the side effects just come out of nowhere. This increases stamina, heart rate, and everything else with the side effects of loss of vision and this, that, and the third. You might experience diarrhea.
That what just happened. That what just happened, bro.
Yo, I seen a commercial for I think it was for blood pressure. And when they got to the end and they said, call your doctor if you experience severe diarrhea, I said, whoa. Why the fuck is that a side effect?
Hey, bro.
It's call your doctor, bro.
Right. I was like, there's a discontinue use if symptoms arise. Like, nigga, what? But no,
using this.
Right. But no, I would have loved WandaVision as a movie. I would have straight up loved it as a movie because you could have took more time with the characters. You could have did this, that, and the third. You actually probably could have put that nigga who played Quicksilver as Quicksilver from another universe, and he just didn't know it. Like there was so much shit that you could have just did differently. But
Nah, for sure.
a lot of people going into WandaVision did not give it a chance because they're too modern.
Yeah.
Like niggas have never heard of I Love
their
Lucy.
Mind's not open.
No,
Yeah,
they're literally
young.
they're literally too old. They're too young, bro. Like they've never heard of I Love Lucy or
Not even
or
just
the
they
Dick
too
Van
young.
Dyke Show.
Like,
Niggas probably ain't
people
even
see
heard of
Marvel
Comet.
movies, right? Though, and they see the movies and they just want to go with it because it's like the fad, it's the wave, it's what's happening right now. They not
Right.
going to do their research to be like, oh, you know, who is this character? Like when I first seen Wanda, I was like, oh yeah, surely. Oh fuck no, that's the witch. And it hit me then, and I was like, man, niggas don't even know the fuck that is. Like,
Right.
granted,
This bitch could
some
kill us
people
all.
knew.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the movie did her justice, but it ain't really do her true justice because she could have easily killed Thanos. Like,
Oh, of
instantly.
course. Hell yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
Marvel,
like, you know
Marvel
what I
had a
mean?
nerve. Marvel definitely had a nerve for her, and the people don't even know that. Like people
Yeah,
don't
right.
really know they had a nerve for her character in these movies.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, not only just her, nigga, a lot of them. But, you know, that's
Yeah, a lot of
in
them.
there.
Yeah. You know, but yeah, as far as like Marvel with these Disney Plus shows versus the movies, I mean, I feel like they're doing a good job with them. It's just
Facts.
it's just fun to me how Marvel decides what's gonna be a movie versus a show. I would love to see like that talk like within them, like they pick a character, be like,
Well,
okay, should we do a movie with this one or a show, and then they make the final decision. I like to see how that goes.
yo,
in the
I wish
offices.
if that's the case, I wish I had been a fucking fly in the room when they were going through the Netflix shows. Jessica Jones, yeah,
Oh,
we can make it work. Luke Cage, hell yeah. Daredevil, yeah, that's pretty dope. Everybody likes
Yeah.
Daredevil. We can clean up his act. What about that one guy who, the rich kid, Bruce Wayne? No, you're in the wrong officer. No, I work here. He's rich. He's an orphan. He fights bad guys. Nigga, that sounds like Bruce fucking Wayne. Like, no, it's not. It's not his. He lives in New York too. I think it's Danny something. Nigga, Iron Fist? Yeah.
Yeah, Iron Fist.
It's kind of fire. It's kind of fire, but I don't think the actor's gonna want to wear a green fucking jumpsuit with like a long V-neck yellow collar. Nah, it'll be alright. We'll make it.
That is his costume.
Fucking totally panned. I've never seen a show personally for me where I watch it and I didn't enjoy it until the season finale and season 2.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Also,
I hate
all them
that.
shows on Disney Plus now,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah.
makes you think like, all right,
No.
Marvel, like what's really going on?
So
like,
I'm gonna tell you.
what y'all doing?
I'm gonna tell you because I seen this video last night. I can't remember who I saw it on, but this guy said that they're setting up for an R-rated. Oh, it was Matt Pat. He said they're setting up for an R-rated Marvel movies. They started with
That won't be the first one.
from
Oh, I love that.
what movie?
man. I
What
would
Marvel
love
movie was R-rated?
Blade, nigga.
No, we're not counting that
Blade.
one. Can't count that one.
No, I count
Just
that
say,
one.
just
No,
MCU.
no, trust me.
MCU,
No, we're talking
MCU.
about MCU. A R-rated
Yeah,
I
me
count
MCU.
that one. I count that one.
Niggas, does the Marvel logo flash on that
'Cause if it
motherfucker when you
wasn't-
watch
if
it?
it wasn't,
Does the
yes.
Marvel logo
Yes.
flash on that motherfucker when you watch it? Was Stanley? Did
MCU
Stanley have a
one.
cameo?
MCU,
listen,
bruh.
if you go and watch that shit, it's gonna pop up. And the only reason I count that is because if it wasn't for his movies, we wouldn't have none of these movies right now with the budget they got right now.
So one thing Matt Pat did say,
That's true.
he said that it was the highest grossing movie for a long time out there with Superman and Batman until Spider-Man came out. And I was like, fuck. So,
Yo, I saw a post the other day, man. Some video I was watching. It was like Sony, back when Sony bought Spider-Man, right?
mm-hmm.
They said like back when they bought Spider-Man, they said they actually could have bought like all of Marvel back then with Spider-Man, but they said Sony didn't do it because they thought that nobody would care about all these other heroes as much as Spider-Man. They knew they figured Spider-Man was gonna be the breadwinner, but they said they literally could have bought all of Marvel back then. I started somebody said this on some video I recently watched,
Yeah,
and
nobody cared about fucking Marvel back
yeah,
then, bro.
Marvel and
Like,
heroes.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course
but
not.
there's no chance.
Yeah, it's like
they
stocks,
said
bro.
this was back in like '98 or something,
Yeah.
98, 99. They said Sony could have bought all that
Yeah.
whole property and owned all these heroes that we see now, but they said they didn't
Yeah.
because they didn't think people like Iron Man or Captain America and all these other heroes would
Yeah.
pan out. They
It's
thought
gonna
none of them
be
niggas would
big
be
as they
popular.
was.
Yeah, they said they did
Yeah.
not know that back then. I said,
Yeah,
could you
Man.
nobody
imagine
wanted to
that,
take the
nigga?
risk. Nigga,
You know,
cause Marvel went. They was close to being bankrupt
Yeah.
before Blade's
That's
series
why
came out.
that's why they had to sell off parts of their characters. But you know what's crazy to me? I call bullshit on that because anybody who watched the '90s animated stuff, they could have known. Oh, let me get the X-Men 2 about you. Let me get that, them Avengers. Yeah, just tack all that on with the Spider-Man deal. Like,
And that's funny too, cause Sony got the Spider-Man stuff, and then Fox got the X-Men stuff.
right,
Marvel kept the rest of it, but like
Yeah.
at some point it was like, I guess what was it? What was the first Iron Man? I guess it was like, well, let's try this out
right.
and see what happens.
Niggas sitting at the
And-
crack table rolling
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah, and they was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
this Iron Man. People actually care about this shit. They thought, oh shit, this worked.
Mhm.
Let's keep
Yeah.
this rolling
Mhm.
all the way up
Tony-
until what we got now. Yeah,
Tony definitely did his thing with that character, man.
yeah. I
Yeah.
really feel like back then,
Thank God for RDJ.
yeah. I feel like back then they really shot that shot in
Yeah.
the dark with the first Iron Man movie. I bet you they did. There's no way
You
back
said
then they
did
knew.
what?
They just was like, let's just try this Iron Man movie and see what happens.
But I think all of
And if
phase
it's a
one,
success,
Yeah.
we'll
all,
keep it going. If it's a failure, we'll stop.
all of phase
Facts.
one was a trial and error to me.
Which one?
Nah, I feel like
All of phase
Iron
one?
Man,
Oh,
I
I
think
face.
he was top
I
gross
can see that, yeah.
for the phase one.
Right.
Yeah, Iron Man started out because I feel like Marvel didn't really blow up for real like until like the first Avengers. I feel like that's the one where people was like,
Yeah,
okay,
Yeah.
that's the one that did it in my opinion.
Right.
yeah, it definitely
Yeah.
did. Now don't
So-
get me wrong, you know. What was you gonna say?
No, I was gonna move on to the show, but I'm gonna let you finish what you're saying.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, don't get me wrong, you know. It took a hell of an actor to fill them shoes, bro.
And it was
And they
almost
picked
Tom
the right
Cruise.
guy.
Yeah, they picked, and that's the
I'm-
thing. They
I'm
picked
glad it
the right
wasn't
guy. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Tom.
Thank
I
God.
don't think Tom could have pulled that off.
No,
I
Tom
don't
Cruise is
think
Iron
Tom could have
Man.
pulled that charisma, that energy. Nah, it
I mean,
wouldn't have been the same.
I feel like it would have been more action
No,
stunts.
He couldn't have grew the mustache. Nah.
No, of course not. No. I don't think he would have been able to do that either. But I still feel like he would have probably wanted to do more
The look.
action stunts.
Nigga, even back then, that was a leap to pick Robert Downey Jr. Back then,
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah, they took a
that
risk
was a
on him. They
leap.
took a
That was
risk.
a risk,
Especially with all the rumors behind him and all of that shit.
Oh, them
bro.
ain't
Yeah.
rumors,
I mean,
nigga. That nigga was on drugs. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, he was in bad shape. Like
No, listen.
a few years before that. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were saying moving forward he was still on drugs. I remember this shit.
Oh
'Cause
shit.
they was like, why y'all using a drug addict? And I'm like,
Yeah.
bruh, like that man been through rehab and everything. Like,
Yeah,
if
he cleaned
still
himself
on
up.
drugs. Yeah, that shit is show. Like, you know what the fuck a fiend look like versus like a nigga who done cleaned himself and got his act together. Like, come the fuck on.
Exactly.
Right.
We're just trying to take our person down, the character down.
Yeah, always, bro. Always. That's always it. And that's the same thing with Terrence Howard. When
Oh.
we like piggyback on like
I
people
just-
not believing in the franchise or you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
think about it. If Terrence Howard would have stayed with that, just think about all the
Man.
money he would have had by now.
All that money,
Mhm.
Or the hype.
bro. My
Not even just the
nigga
money, the hype.
Don Cheetah is still alive in the MCU to this day. He still ain't killed off his
Facts.
Oh, yeah.
character. Like,
Right. He probably
Damn.
said it. He probably
And
said it to himself.
he got his own show
he
coming.
got his own
Yeah.
show coming. Yeah, he do.
And
He got
you
his
know
own
what's
show
crazy?
coming.
You know what's crazy? He probably saw that shit and was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my fucking mouth shut, and whenever they decide to pay me, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I can make more money. I can make more money in the long run than I can right now.
No
Fuck
question.
that.
Mhm.
Fuck that
Fact.
nigga Terrence Howard. He had his chance. and he fucked it up.
Yeah,
Excuse
real
me.
shit.
Yeah,
So,
he did. Fumbled the bad.
but
Yeah.
but this Moon Knight
Oh,
show.
wait, before you move
Okay.
on the shows, piggybacking on movies, what do y'all think about this Doctor Strange 2 that's coming out?
Mm.
Marvel's next movie. I think it's gonna be great.
No. Marvel's next biggest movie.
That's true. That's true. Marvel's next biggest movie.
And
You're
I'm
definitely
gonna
right.
tell y'all why once I hear what y'all got to say.
As far as like what I expect it to be greatness. I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like this gonna
Okay.
be. I just feel like that whole movie is gonna be. I feel like that shit gonna blow our minds. Like that shit gonna blow our minds when we see it.
Oh, it definitely is.
Like I really
It
think it is,
definitely
bro.
is.
This nigga
It
Rob is
definitely
gone.
is.
This nigga Rob's prepared to slap the sides of his face and say, "Oh my god!"
That's what I feel. That's what I feel, bro. I feel like it's gonna be a moment in that movie, bro. We all gonna talk about, dog. It's gonna be a
Oh
moment,
man,
dog.
I
Home
think they.
Alone.
All right.
Home Alone slap.
Actually, I combined what the emphasis for that inside joke was that I combined that with the what's that movie? The characters McLovin. No, that wasn't not McLovin. It's some old ass movie where the boy sees something and he's looking up at it. And he says, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what movie that's from, but
I
I've seen
have
that
no
so many
idea what it is
times.
either.
That
And I'm just
acting.
like, right. And
Yeah,
every time I see something that I think is fucking amazing, that's the image I have in my head. Just in this fucking 10-year-old me just going, "Oh my god!"
yeah.
Followed immediately
Yeah,
by
I think
you
we all.
saying that was amazing.
Because I think Benedict Cumberbatch recently came out and said that he believed Doctor Strange 2 is finna be like Marvel's like biggest movie.
Who's
He
it?
said that
I
recently.
feel like that's gonna be their biggest movie, bro. I really
That's what
feel
he
like that,
said.
and,
That's
and
what he
that's just
said.
based off what I seen at the end of the Spider-Man movie.
Oh
You know
man.
what I mean?
Oh
And then
yeah.
getting like, and
Yeah.
then just reading like small shit and what they trying to include in this. Nigga, this movie
Man.
is going to be a pinnacle inside of this fucking phase, bro.
That's what I
Oh
feel.
yeah.
Me too. I feel the same way. I feel the same way, bro. Like, is it my nigga? It's even rumored that fucking Deadpool's supposed to be in it, and I hope
Get
it's
the
true.
fuck out of here.
That's the rumor, though. They say that
Nah,
nigga.
it
They
is.
say he's supposed to be in it,
It's
bro.
supposed to-
Yeah, man, it's hard.
it's rumored. It's rumored. He's supposed to be in there. A cast and list of other X-Men characters.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking.
Oh
Iron
yeah.
Man.
Well.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
okay,
seem like
yeah. That's
version,
why
yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. I was actually gonna say I hope Tom Cruise gets to play like an alternate reality version of Iron Man. Yes,
That would be
that
perfect,
would. I
dog.
would be ecstatic.
And Marvel just
Like,
keep this hidden until you see the movie.
right. They
man.
teasing us with Professor X right now. They are teasing
I
us.
know, right?
There's
That's
like
what I'm
it's like
saying, man.
give these folks something that they ain't never had before that they didn't know they wanted.
I mean, shit. They damn sure did the fucking job with the 3 Spider-Mans in the last one.
That's
Oh,
see what I'm
man.
saying?
Exactly. And
Come
that
on,
was
man.
and that
Who
was
would have ever
technically
thought that was gonna be a thing?
right, and that was technically a Sony movie. Technically,
Yeah.
that was
Nigga,
a
that
Sony movie.
That was a wish, nigga. That was a dream, nigga. We used to sit and think
Yeah.
like, nigga, if they was just to put all 3 of them together, that'd be crazy.
Mhm.
Nigga, I remember us having this conversation specifically. Oh, that's never gonna happen. These
Yeah.
are your words, L. Sony, you know, they not gonna get those rights.
Because
up. I'm
Sony
like,
are
bro, you
man,
never know, bro.
because
You
Sony
never
are
know.
assholes, bro. They didn't give them up. They just shared them for like 3 hours.
And that's cool, but they did it. They did
I mean, and I'm glad they did. I'm just saying,
I still can't believe it. Sometimes I think about it and be like, I can't believe that movie
I
happened.
can't either. Yeah, bro, I can't either, bro.
I can't believe that movie happened.
I really
right.
can't either. And you know, it was just more than the Spider-Mans. They real life shit. Their whole fucking cast with them. It was like,
Yeah.
wow, bro. Like, what the fuck?
That even again, and then I ain't gonna say too much about the ending, but even the ending, I feel it's still one of my favorite endings. In it. For a Marvel movie in the MCU, that's still one of my favorite endings because of how
Now,
I
which
could believe
part?
they did that.
Which
Just
part?
just everybody forgetting who he is.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
That was very bold ending to me. That's a very like
Yeah,
sad
yeah.
but hopeful ending for his character.
I got you.
Yeah, it was very sad. That was very sad to me.
Now that's supposed to tie in into the next Doctor Strange.
Right.
What? The fact
Yeah,
that
yeah.
everybody doesn't know who he is?
Oh no. Well, I think of it as saying like with what
What's
Doctor Strange
happening
did
with the
on No Way
multiverse?
Home
Oh
is
yeah, yeah,
what's
yeah.
happening.
Okay, then
Is
yeah, yeah,
why
yeah.
Multiverse of Madness is happening. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Yeah,
Nah, I
yeah.
got you on
Because
that. Yeah.
so just to sum up the synopsis of what I've read and heard is he's trying to find a way to fix his wrongs.
Hmm.
That's
That's
all I'm gonna
crazy.
say. That's all
Hmm.
I'm gonna say. He's trying to find a way to fix his wrongs.
But I
Hey,
mean,
no, go
I
ahead.
don't know. It don't feel like he really. It feel like everything should. I feel like everything should be okay. I mean, unless
That's what I
The way it
something.
is right, the way it is right now.
from how
Yeah,
No Way Home
because
ended. I feel like he's saying.
how No Way Home ended, everything should be okay.
It should be, but the way I feel is like
Merch.
for Peter and Strange, I feel like both of them are living in a universe they're familiar with,
Oh,
but
but it's
it's a
not theirs.
universe. Yeah,
Whoa,
See,
nigga. Hold on, whoa.
see.
Pause. Let me
Okay.
get it straight. You think that when he made everybody forget who he was, he didn't make everybody forget. He just moved
I
them
gotta hurry.
to a universe where
yeah.
niggas didn't know who the
I
fuck
feel
they
like,
were.
yep.
You know
I
how
feel like.
big a fucking stretch that is?
But listen,
God,
listen,
no, I'm
Stan.
listening, nigga.
Yeah, that's a good theory, bro.
You're right. You have my
Listen.
complete undivided.
Listen, the only reason I feel like this is because remember in the beginning of the movie when Peter went to him for help and he was talking to Strange and his apprentice, well, the head,
Wong.
yeah, Wong,
Wong,
the
yeah.
head magician. I was gonna address him as that.
Nah,
He
fucking
told him,
Sorcerer Supreme.
Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah, he's Sorcerer
okay,
Supreme now
so
because
Sorcerer Supreme.
yeah.
He told him he was like, it's a fucked up spell. Just leave me out of it. He
Mhm.
told him this.
Yeah,
He got the
But
fuck
he
on.
still intended right. He still went on and proceeded to do it anyway.
right.
You know what I mean? Like if you ever check Google, bro, just check what he did in the comics with that, and see where it went to. And also something that ties into all of this is, I don't know if y'all know who the fuck Madam Web is.
Oh, I know who the fuck Madam Web is. God damn, nigga.
Okay,
I know exactly who that chick is.
so you know what she capable of, then, right?
Yes, I do.
Alright. Okay. Now you know in the comics
Yes.
when she came around, it was around this same time when Mysterio was
Man,
around,
if they
Doctor Strange was around.
if they introduce her though, like I don't know if I'm gonna be terrified or if I'm gonna jump for joy because they're already supposed to be no for real, bro. Because like in the '90s,
Shit.
in the '90s series,
Nah,
like
for real, Rob.
I was like I used to hate her character because I felt like how Peter felt. Like, bitch, why are you affecting my life like this? Then in the
Yeah.
last episode when he
Then you
lost Mary
learn why she
Jane,
was doing that. Yeah.
right? In the last episode, I was like, fuck. Now we have to ask this woman for fucking help because she's the only person we can think of who could fucking help us. But I
She
mean,
do.
she fucking left us to do this shit on our own because we told her to.
Yeah, but in the end, she definitely helped in a way. She
Oh well,
taught him a
yeah,
valuable lesson, bro.
yeah, she did. She really did. But what was crazy about all of that was those were some of my favorite episodes, especially when they did the Secret War shit. Because I'm looking forward to that. Like,
Oh man,
is that gonna be a movie or a TV show? I need to know right
Well,
now.
I need to know that too, right? Even
Has-
if they give that like a small cameo, like a good
Right.
30 minutes, nigga,
Hasn't
like
they-
I'm cool with that.
Right.
Hasn't Marvel already confirmed Secret Wars is coming?
It is, but we don't know if it's gonna be a show or a
That's a
movie.
movie. Oh,
Yeah, I need it to be the movie. I don't
Right.
need none of these
Right.
B-list fucking characters.
Actually,
being all in the way and shit.
actually, I don't know. I feel like it might be better as a show because with a show, you could tell a longer story.
You can, which is true, but I feel like if
Yeah,
they
well-
do it right,
It should be
No,
both.
go ahead.
Fuck that. It should be both. It should be a movie.
So it should be a show
It
and
should,
a movie.
it should be a show and a movie, and the show should
Marvel
lead.
do it.
The show should lead into the movie.
Now, if that's the case, they gonna have to incorporate every character down to the dime, bro. I don't need to hear, oh, it's too much for this character, or this character ain't trying to do a cameo.
That's why. That's why it would need to be a show.
Replace 'em.
That's why it would need to be a show first,
Yes,
so that you can
replace 'em.
introduce. So that you can introduce them.
Yeah, what was that? What was the Marvel comment that the Russo brothers said they'll come back and do
Secret
a
Wars.
movie for? It was
Secret
Secret Wars,
Wars.
right?
Secret
Yes.
Wars.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My
I remember
gosh.
I will never forget they said it because they said they was done with the MCU after Endgame, but they said the one thing that bring them back if they made a movie about Secret Wars, they said they'll come back and do that.
And
Bro,
if that's the
they said
case,
that.
they gonna have to bring all them niggas that died off back, bro.
Who? Like who?
Tony gonna have to come back.
No. So one thing.
No,
One
Tony,
thing. No,
Tony
listen.
gonna have to come back.
The one thing that the MCU
that.
is very good at doing is adapting, and the better phrase
Which
is
true.
the better
Which is
phrase
true.
is the better phrase is subverting our expectations. So
No,
No,
I
that's
get
what-
what you saying.
that's what it
I get
is,
what you saying.
and that's what they're
If
gonna have to
they-
do.
If they concluded with the way of making it a show first and a movie, or even a movie and a show, they're gonna have to bring them back. The only reason is because they're gonna have to show dialogue of him training up. What is it, Ironheart and
She got a show. I do know that.
what's the other one?
Iron
the
Lad?
kid.
Iron
Yeah,
Lad.
him.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying though. Like they know that they've walked in this direction, and I don't think they're gonna want to walk back his death like that. Because I ain't gonna lie, between Iron Man and Captain America, I'm Team Iron Man all day. But if they bring Iron Man back, you sure as shit bet your ass that they need to bring Captain Rogers back. Like
They're
Captain
gonna
America,
have to.
Captain America needs to come back because
They're gonna have to, and I'm gonna tell you how it tie in. With this one movie. This is why I brought up Doctor Strange too, bro.
oh, just grab from a different universe.
Not even just a different universe. The multiverse itself serves a purpose. The reason Doctor Strange can move through the universe like that is because he can alter timelines. I'm telling you, bro. Like, Google this shit and what the fuck Doctor Strange can really do with that.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga real life saved shit by doing this. Remember in Endgame when he was saying he's seeing possibilities? The 14 million or such against Thanos?
Mm-hmm.
And the one that saved him was Tony snapping his finger?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He never told anybody what can possibly be done after the fact to bring somebody back. It's different ways to do shit within that universe.
Mm.
I'll just say my petition for Multiverse of Madness. I feel like this was gonna shift the MCU. Like it's gonna
Yes.
shift that shit.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's what I
It's gonna fuck the game up, bro. I'm telling you.
That's what I believe.
I feel like it all starts with I feel like it starts with Moon Knight, and that we're gonna just move to R-rated MCU movies, and people are going to slowly be okay with it.
Yeah, we gotta talk. Yeah, we do. We still gotta talk about Moon Knight.
So
Yeah.
I
They gonna
think
be
so.
alright with it.
So
Kids just can't go watch them no more. That's
you're right.
Moon Knight is
right.
Moon Knight is
Hey,
violent too. I was surprised.
I ain't gonna lie. This is the first time I have actually seen blood in a television series. Like blood.
You right? No, he
Nigga,
right though, bro.
what?
No, in
No,
MCU,
in a Marvel property, this is the first time I've seen like.
That
and
show
I'm
had
not
blood on it, bro.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like Iron Man took an explosion to the fucking face and like his helmet comes
you
off.
didn't see the Punisher?
Nigga, that's different.
No.
They didn't. No.
Oh,
That's different.
The
That's
Disney Plus
different.
shit.
That's different because at that time, those Netflix shows weren't technically associated with Marvel. So so you kind of can't count that. I'm talking about something that is from the heart and soul and veins of Marvel.
Right. Let me ask you something. Because the Punisher's on Netflix and Moon Knight is on what, Hulu or Disney?
No,
Plus?
it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all on.
Disney Plus now too.
Yeah, it's all on Disney Plus.
It's all on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, it's no longer. I don't think.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah, they all on Disney Plus, bro.
I think I believe it's still on Netflix.
I mean, it might
I
be,
think
but
it is. I think it's both.
Yeah,
it might be
yeah.
contractually,
But
but you
nigga,
know.
when Marvel added when Disney Plus added them shows, you had to like. I want to Disney Plus stuff that you had to like sign like not sign an agreement, but you had to
Oh
make
yeah,
sure
you had to.
they was telling you like it's some already shit on here now for your
Yes,
for your kids
like
and
they
everything.
asked me to make a fucking pen
Yeah.
because I wanted access
Yeah.
to the full catalog of shit. And if I
Mhm.
chose
Nah,
to
I
do it
believe it.
later, they were like, "Yo, you can do this later, but you're gonna be limited to like the PG TV Y14 shit,
Mhm.
nigga."
Mhm.
So what you're saying is I should watch Moon Knight, right?
Hell yeah, because I
Watch
was I was
Moon
definitely
Knight.
about
It's
to
just one
ask you if I
episode.
could spoil the shit out of this, but now I'm not.
Yeah, I
So,
wasn't
Nah, I
finna spoil it
mean
because the
you
first
can,
episode just
you
came.
can.
oh,
It's just
Yeah,
one
he
bet.
fucked up
episode.
in
It
the
just one.
head, bro. I know
It
he
is one
Nah,
fucked up
episode.
in the head, bro.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, that's
I'm sure
good.
it's more than it's more than just that one comment, bro. Cause he's
Yeah,
a fighter, bro.
yeah,
Like you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so I love how the show opened up. I loved they definitely picked the perfect person as far as casting Oscar Isaacs or whatever, however,
Yeah. That's
whichever
it.
his name is,
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaacs. That nigga is a national treasure now. Like, cause I never felt like he got like a chance when he started doing the Star Wars movies. And I love the character of Poe because that nigga remind me of like
That's
that nigga
that's
remind
where I
me of,
saw him.
yeah, that
Them new
nigga.
Star Wars was. I knew I saw that nigga
Oh
somewhere. I
yeah,
was like, I've
yeah.
seen this actor somewhere before.
And cause
It was
I
some new
cause I,
Star
I
Wars movies.
loved I
Yeah.
loved his acting.
Yeah, Star Wars.
I loved his acting in Star Wars, but I felt like he was like restricted and limited and shit like that. So I never really got to enjoy the character of Poe as how I think he should have been portrayed. Then when it came to like I hate to say this, but like anything X-Men, I give a pass. So when they said they were making X-Men Apocalypse, nigga, I was nigga number one ready to watch that movie. And I even think he did a good job with playing Apocalypse. But I
Wait a minute, that
never.
was him.
Yes, that was him, nigga.
Oh
Yeah, that was
Nigga,
shit.
yo,
that was
I
him.
know this nigga's track record, man.
Oh shit! I didn't know
I
that.
know this nigga's track record
Yeah, that was
for
him.
like superhero movies, bro. When
Damn.
he did that movie, I was like, all right, cool. And I could get to see him in something outside of Star
Oh
Wars.
yo, I didn't know it was
Like
him.
that shit. And,
I didn't
and
know that.
I think he was perfect for Apocalypse. I just don't feel like the design of Apocalypse was.
Yeah, the design
Yeah,
really didn't fit him.
it felt like it was like
I
restricting
agree
because
with you with that.
the Apocalypse I'm used to, man.
Yeah,
I
big
seen
bulky motherfucker.
not even that, but like the one thing they did that I thought was cool was when he was inside Charles's mind and they were fighting, and this nigga Charles was just like whap 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 whap. And then that nigga like just grew 13, 20 feet tall and like smushed him. I said, okay, that's the Apocalypse I know. The nigga who'll grow 3 times his
Yeah.
height just to fuck you over. Like that shit blew my mind. But his I don't know if it's his costume or the
I didn't like
makeup.
his character's size of design. In my
Yeah,
character. Like,
it was.
my opinion.
He should have looked more like his '90s version, if you ask me. He looked really bulky, and it almost looked like You ever worn a trench coat before? It almost looked like they threw a trench coat on this nigga, and
on top
and
of him to make like fill out the size.
yeah, and I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
this ain't this looks weird.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They did the best they could, but I'm
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sure they could have did better. I'm
They always,
pretty
they
sure
always,
they could have did
they
better.
always can do better, bro. I don't care what you say. You're a movie director. You're a special effects artist. You can always do better. And the reason I know
I mean,
that,
but that's what they feel about like Wolverine. But
the
that's
reason
another topic. We ain't
the
getting into
reason right, the reason I know that they can always do better is because of Sonic. These niggas was finna give us the bare fucking. No, I'm dead
That's
ass.
true.
This,
That's
this
true.
is this is
Real
gonna
shit, real
this is
shit.
gonna be my argument for a lot of reasons why Hollywood is fucked up. Because if niggas can tell
Hey, but
you,
they,
hey,
they
we don't
corrected
like,
themselves with Thanos.
they did.
Remember the original Thanos?
No, he didn't look all that different. He didn't look all
I
that
see what
different.
I see what Vin's talking about. He did. They did.
That
I guess
nigga look
refine his
crazy.
character by the time Infinity War came
Hell
out.
yeah.
No. But you gotta think those are cameos. Those come after the fact. Like, yeah, if I cast,
Even still, bro. Like, just even knowing, like, that's what you want to give and portray the image of what he looks like versus, like what he should look like.
I mean,
Like, come on.
in that sense, in that case, then yeah, they brought a 90s version to a modern age, because if I had seen the 90s version, the comic book version of Thanos on a movie screen would not have worked for me, and that's definitely what they did have.
But that's what they did.
No,
That was it.
No, I get that. That's why
I'm the fucked up version.
I know. I'm saying I agree with you. Like, they did good for changing that.
I got you.
They did good for changing that, but honestly, that shit would have looked fucking hilarious if the Avengers had to fight that nigga, because he looks so fat in the comics.
That's why we gotta be. That's why we gotta be thankful.
I would not take that nigga seriously. Like, he looked like.
That's what I'm saying.
He looked like a childhood bully. He like a childhood bully who you would see on the corner, like, eating all kinds of fucking candies and snacks and chocolates, because he just don't know no better. Right? Like, this is my chocolate.
Let's get your fat ass out of here, nigga.
Right. But
they definitely did a hell of a job on his design moving
right.
forward, because that first design was fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, because he was looking more pink, wasn't he? He was
he was like
that first
he was
Avengers
like
movie.
Purple.
Yeah, he was kind of pink. He was kind of pink.
After
and when that nigga smiled,
Loki.
When that nigga smiled, it was kind of creepy.
Yeah, he was in Avengers 1, and then I think we didn't see him again until Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, you're right. It was Guardians.
Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was in the end of Age of Ultron. He was like, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
Yep.
And then I don't think we saw him again until Infinity War. So he had 3 cameos before Infinity War. And by the time he got to Infinity War, Infinity War Thanos, he looked better than all the other ones that we saw. Definitely.
Even him in his armor was pretty dope. Like, they put him in armor before he even got to Earth, and that shit was pretty dope. But what I was gonna say about Moon Knight is
Moon Knight.
That is the most bloodiest, like, MCU movie I've seen to date, because What? Yeah, show. I'm sorry. My bad. That shit, hey, 30 minutes go by, you be like, damn, this movie over already? But no, this show is definitely, it's definitely different in a way that I prefer. It's different in a way that I prefer, because I can't even, like, the stuff that I was laughing at, it didn't feel forced or nothing, you know. Some of it was just more like, oh shit, that's kind of hilarious, you know. And then some of it was more like okay, you know, this is I see how this could be funny. But again, it still got that Marvel charm where, like, you feel bad for the character. Me and Rob talked about that shit when we were like damn, this is definitely one Marvel character we would not want to be ever at all. Like,
I'll forget about the first episode. Nope.
Yeah,
I want to be this guy.
that shit there was just
no way.
Yikes. So, you know, he but I mean, at the same time, he doesn't know what's going on with him. I'm pretty sure if he did, first of all, he probably wouldn't believe it. But second of all, he
I feel like by the end he's gonna accept it.
His personalities.
Yeah. He don't know. He don't know what's happening.
He doesn't know that he has this disorder, and I actually learned last night that it's not his disorder, which was fucking hilarious to me, because I was like, had I not learned that, I'd have been like, the fuck?
Huh?
But
wait, what you mean? It's not his. It's the other guys.
Yes.
What?
Yes. So.
Oh shit.
So.
Okay.
Right. So
wow.
I'm
plot twist, right?
Plot, right.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I'm looking at this at a whole other angle now, and it's only because I watched like the Screen Rant shit. You know, whenever episodes of this shit comes out, Screen Crush and Screen Rant be the first ones to fucking come out with, you know, whatever whatever Easter egg video that you need to be all caught up.
So you telling me in the comments, or are you telling me in the comments that the other version of him is what's in control?
The other version of him is the main nigga. That's like if I kept waking up every day in different places and you're the nigga who's actually supposed to be in control. Yes, and my brain.
So Marvel did it the opposite way. They making.
There's a lot they changed. That's why in our previous conversation,
okay.
I told Vez, I said one thing they're pretty good at is subverting expectations, because you don't really ever know how something's gonna like come out or turn out.
Yeah, especially with the way they cast their stars or the way they portray their characters within their roles. You know, because for years.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say for years. Prime example. People liked Wolverine's character. They just didn't like the fact Hugh Jackman.
Exactly. Because physically, that is not how Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
His build.
Right.
You know, man, I get it. You know, he's a movie star. Why not portray him as that? But CGI should have served some type of purpose. Like, you should have made him.
I mean, I don't know if you could get it. I know you can make people taller. I don't know if you can make them shorter.
You can make them short.
That shit would look so weird.
You can make them short.
It shit would look weird. I mean, it did have a Captain America.
It'd be weird, but
in the first movie, he was short.
Yeah, shit, man. So many movies they did this shit for. For example, fucking what's the movie with the Wayne's brother when he was a baby?
Oh, that's different.
Oh, yeah,
you're putting a baby's body on there.
But it was still the same shit.
But see again, I feel like people complain about the tallness of Wolverine. But what was funny is that Hugh Jackman became the most popular X-Men out of the movies. That's why they did so many movies with him.
Which I fucking hate.
Of course.
I hate that.
Because it's him.
Yeah, Wolverine became the breadwinner.
It's just him. That's it.
Right. I mean, but you had Patrick Stewart, but I mean, I guess you can't really build a franchise around a nigga in a wheelchair.
That's why both niggas was on Logan. That's true too, Linda.
I mean, I'm just saying you can't. I've never seen it, except for what's that movie, Glass. But y'all don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about when I say they do, y'all.
I do.
Oh, okay. not a lot of people would. So
I mean, but it is what it is. My thing is, even with that though, like, you should at least just build up your character base. Like, you gave him a shot or a chance, which is fine. But this guy's already a star. He already don't fit the height requirements of Wolverine. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I fucking love his acting. For me,
yeah, he get his
his acting is pretty good.
I feel like all of them
love Logan.
Rated R. I feel like all of them should have been rated R.
Of course.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That's why Logan was the best one.
Right.
Exactly, bro. And it's crazy that they waited to the last one to really portray his character.
Because I'm saying a young Wolverine doing all of that shit. Ooh.
When it was a Deadpool too. When it was a Deadpool, like Deadpool was rated R, and then they was like, oh, this is successful, and then it was like, okay, we'll do because Deadpool came before Logan, the first Deadpool. And remember they said that Fox didn't want to do an R-rated superhero movie because they thought that shit was gonna be unsuccessful. But Deadpool like made a whole bunch of money. That's when they greenlit Logan to be R-rated. Oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
What they should have done was brought forth the X-Force. I don't give a fuck.
Oh man, X-Force.
Them people up. Hell yeah, bro.
Well, I mean, if you want to do a solo Wolverine movie, I definitely would have did X-Force because the nigga is Canadian, the team is Canadian. Like, I don't know, it just feels like too much of a win-win. But those characters, they probably.
Where the fuck did Deadpool come from in the what was that? The movie when
with Ryan Reynolds
fighting him.
Oh, because he was him, Sabretooth, and even Blob was in that movie before he was actually Blob. Those are only 4 that I know of.
Yeah.
They were all on this task force together.
That was the X-Force.
Oh, that was a shitty ass X-Force.
That was the original. It was supposed to have been Sabretooth. Because
I don't remember the other motherfuckers.
Deathstroke. I mean, Deadpool and He said trash.
Shit, that's what the fuck they are.
Nigga, Will I Am, whoever he was in that movie.
Oh man, I think he was like Wraith or something shit like that. And the way he
remember
died,
his
the way he
name.
died in that movie.
He wasn't supposed to be in the X-Force.
Yeah, the way that nigga died in that movie, I was just like, what the fuck?
That was a weird movie, bro.
It
That
was.
was. And if I'm not mistaken, like, no, they shouldn't have. If I'm not mistaken, right, when Fox had X-Men, wasn't Wolverine the only X-Men character getting his own movies? Like,
Yes.
nobody else got one, right?
Nobody else got one, and they said
nobody else
they,
got one.
they said they were gonna. They said they were gonna make a Professor X Origins, a Wolverine Origins. Like none of that shit happened. God damn, I died quick as fuck.
It was Hugh Jackman, man.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? They loved his character.
But that's the thing. See again, back to Marvel. Marvel giving all these motherfuckers solo
A chance.
films. Yeah, and it's working. It's working. But X-Men with Fox, they was like, we're not gonna make these solo films for these niggas.
Because nobody
You
at
know.
Fox has the brain capacity to sit down and write an actually good story.
Right. What's that nigga name in Marvel that everybody be praising? Or what's his name? Kevin Feige?
Yes.
Like they just like he's the
He's the Jesus of the shit
he's
right
the
now.
Jesus of Marvel right now.
Yes.
Like he's the one that decides everything. Like I know it ain't just him. It's never just ever. You know,
Nah,
that's
fuck
him.
that. I feel like that shit's just him.
It might be.
I feel like
It
that
could
nigga.
be.
I feel like that nigga sits in a chair in a boardroom. Niggas just throw ideas, and he says, "This is how you're gonna do it."
We're gonna do that right there.
Right.
There we go.
I bet it's
But
a
yeah.
lot of shit he gotta fucking read.
Hell yeah, that's a lot of pressure, bro. That's a lot of pressure of
I wonder
deciding
if
what to do next for Marvel, like the next
Not
movie
even-
or the next show.
Not even that, but I wonder if he like reads like scripts.
I don't think. Well, I'm not saying that he might. But as far as like, I don't know, cause who,
What you talking about?
Like scripts
Kevin Feige.
for movies and shit.
What's the name?
I said I was wondering if he ever like reads.
approved scripts and all that.
Yeah.
Who approves script?
Oh, Kevin Feige,
Kevin Feige.
the like the head guy over there at Marvel, like the one guy that we know.
Oh,
Yeah, like his name was at the end of fucking Moon Knight, like on the credits.
His name is
I was
always
like-
at the end of that shit.
I was like, is he deciding all this shit, nigga?
Hell yeah. Shit, I need
But-
this nigga to have a son if he ain't got children so they can carry on his legacy.
I'm trying to think though. I think was it James Gunn? I think one time he said when he made Guardians of the Galaxy, he said that when Marvel told him to make that movie, he said Marvel didn't like tell him like what he could and couldn't do. If I remember correctly, he's like Marvel's not that strict when it comes to their movies. He said they'll they'll pit the director and tell you they'll give you. He said they don't give you like a out. I think he said an outline, but they don't tell him like they can't. If he wanted to do whatever he did in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 or 2, he said they didn't tell him he couldn't. They just was like, all right, cool, just make a good movie. That's all he said. That's what they do over there. That's how they do.
Damn, if they say make a good movie.
Just do what you want. Make a good movie and do.
Hey,
what he said.
here's
They don't
the
stop
beat,
people from doing
nigga.
anything.
We
Here-
cut to the budget. We don't give a fuck how you do it. Just do it.
Nah, here's the beat, nigga. Just start rapping when you're ready.
Yeah, I believe that's what James Gunn said. And mind you, he's speaking for himself, so he's speaking for all the other directors that directed Marvel film. He said for him, for Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, he said they just told him just do what you want. He said that it was a no, you can't do this, you can't do this. He was like this.
Give it a break first.
Like, just do what you want.
Oh my goodness. You
Damn.
know what?
It's funny.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's funny you said that because I just shot this Slitherfang in the fucking chest. when you said, oh my
So many
goodness.
possibilities they can go with that, bruh.
Oh, that was one of my most hyped movies for his phase.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah, for real.
I don't know if I have a hype movie after
About the Strange
after
2.
yeah.
After the Strange 2 for me,
I
it's
don't
definitely
know.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
The only reason I feel like both of those would be like too dope for the phases. It's only one because of the capabilities of Doctor Strange and his universe and what he can and can't do. 'Cause I feel like limitly, there's no limits to the possibilities of what they can do with that. I just hope they don't dumb that shit down. Two, the third Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna be fucking crazy if they go where I expect them to go, bro.
Well, this is the last time we'll see these group of Guardians, just so you know.
Yeah, that's already been confirmed. They already said that.
Which I hope they don't die. Cause, and then the other...
I paid one. I paid one of them.
To die? Just one of them?
Just one,
yeah. Damn.
I feel like the whole team won't be good.
Yeah,
damn. Nigga wants major
dark
death.
See you finna get.
As dark as it takes, bub.
I mean, cause you say we not gonna see him no more, right? That's what they say, right?
They said that specific team.
Yeah, they said this is the last time that we'll see this team.
That team together.
Yeah, which makes me feel like. Yeah, which makes me feel like
Star-Lord, Drax, Gamora, Groot, and Rocket. Well, last time we see them 5 in a movie together. That's what they said.
Right. Which makes me feel more like.
I probably pick Rocket.
Groot has already died, so.
Nah, but if it's the team, then you know what I'm saying, that can be hitting around anything. Like a member in the team dies off, or 2 members. So now it's just the remaining members of the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, no girl with the
girl. Mantis.
Mantis, I was thinking about her. Yeah, but
they can kill her, right?
Oh my goodness.
No, it had to be somebody from the original. For it to be like an emotional moment, it's not gonna be her. It's gonna be somebody from the original team.
I feel like it's gonna be Dave Bautista.
Could be Quill.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be Quill.
It could be. Definitely could be.
They killed her for more. Why not kill her?
Oh man,
that's the funny thing. Gamora back.
Right. Yeah, she could take rank.
Yeah, but it's not our Gamora. Like she's not.
Yeah. But I do feel like that's gonna be the plot of Guardians 3. I feel like the plot, at least the beginning of it, is gonna be them looking for her, trying to get her back on the team, because she's not gonna remember none of the adventures they had.
Oh man.
I feel like
yeah, she never had them.
Yeah, she never had them. So I feel like that's gonna be the start of Guardians 3. Now where it goes after that, we'll see. But I feel like that's kind of what's gonna start.
Yeah, I can picture that. I could definitely picture that.
But then already confirmed that Adam Warlock is in it.
Yes,
Guardians
they did.
3. Is he the villain? They didn't say that right. I don't think they confirmed that, but I did confirm that they did confirm he's in it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they say supposed to be in the third one. That movie coming out till I think it's next year, if I'm not mistaken. Cause you know Mark put out that trailer of what's coming next for the rest of the phase, movie wise.
You said they haven't?
They have. You know they put out that was it Marvel celebrates the movies? Cause you know that's before Shang-Chi. It was like Shang-Chi, Spider-Man No Way Home, Eternals, Doctor Strange 2. It was Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Guardians 3. Yeah, so.
Question. Anybody got any, like, rumor mill or something leaked on what the fuck's gonna happen in Wakanda Forever?
I have no clue.
The only thing I saw, last thing I saw was that somebody from the film crew put that they was done filming it.
What?
Yeah, I saw that the other, like a week or 2 ago. And they weren't supposed to. It was somebody, and it got deleted, but they weren't supposed to put that. I forgot who it was.
Damn.
Yeah, but they done filming that movie. That's the last thing I saw.
Now, what I've heard is they supposed to be passing the torch on to his sister.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was the next obvious choice for them to do.
Yeah, but that's not the only thing I heard. They supposed to be pulling somebody in to replace him. So it could go either way. It's either they gonna pass the mantle to her or have somebody else play him. Now if they do, I wouldn't mind either one of them. But I would really want for them to pass it on to their sister. The reason being is because if they don't move forward with the quote unquote of killing them off and making it like real life, he died in real life, so we gotta kill his character off in the series. I don't see who they're gonna replace him with, bro. Like I don't, like they're gonna have to get some unknown actor from
somewhere
fucking Wakanda in real life, like to replace this guy. Like,
yeah,
I really don't see who the fuck is gonna replace him.
I
And
don't.
that's the same thing I said. I was like, if they replace him, I would want it to
Yeah.
be like an actual African person.
Yeah, I remember we talked briefly about that.
So
Yeah. You know, RP Chadwick Boseman, but
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
think that.
and
Yeah,
what do you want them to make
That's
as far as like the
King.
in universe reason for him no longer having the mantle of Black Panther?
Now I will say, I believe that's how that movie's gonna start. That movie's gonna start with them actually going to Black Panther's like funeral or something, like his.
No, not funeral.
That's what I believe.
I mean, I wouldn't not mind that. Like
They need to
that would be a
introduce. No,
great way to start that.
they need to introduce Aurora first, and then go from there.
I can see them doing that though. I
That
can
way,
see them-
that way they can say, oh well, he just gave up being king so he could be with her. That's how I would write it. Because technically he's not dead in the universe. So if you start out with his funeral, what are you going to say happened to him? I mean, he's Black Panther. He don't go down quick. He don't go down easy.
That is true. They're
true.
gonna have to answer that, like what happened to him. They're gonna have to say what happened to him in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, they are gonna have to do that. Hey,
Yeah, it's just gonna have to be an honorable death. It's gotta be
Yeah.
an honorable death.
But what if they make M'Baku the new Black Panther? M'Baku. Yes.
I feel like the safest bet to not make anybody mad is the sister. Just make it the sister. Give it to her.
Yeah, now, even if they do replace him, people gotta keep an open mind. And they're gonna have to put this somewhere in the movie. Like, the Black Panther always has been replaced. Like, before him, there were other Black Panthers. And they
Well,
weren't
yeah.
just from his family tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's other warriors amongst them that were chosen to be the Black Panther. So, like, people gotta understand that. Like, just because he's gone don't mean the legacy can't live on. There could always be another great black superhero. The Black Panther does not die just because he passed. Granted, he was a great fucking phenomenal actor. Played the shit out of that role. Like, there's no words to underline his greatness.
Of course.
No, like, seriously, like, that movie for me was breathtaking. It left me speechless. Only because it tied in so much of our
What goes
ancestry.
right? I was gonna say so much of what goes on in this
Yeah,
world. To
not
be
even-
honest.
Not
That
even
was-
just going on in the world, but the culture itself. Like, people didn't, like, if you look at that movie, look at the realm he went to when they put him on the earth. They really practice that shit over in Africa till this day. You know what I mean? Like, you can read the books, like the Book of the Dead, it's in there.
Right.
You know, we put you under 6 feet, or we put you under a certain amount of feet. They give you an experience of what your ancestors are experiencing at the moment outside of the body. So now you can experience the same. And it's like basically separating yourself from the temple to be with your ancestors for a while, just to gain a little knowledge, and then you come back to give insight. And that scene when they did that shit was like everything for me, because it was like, damn, like I wouldn't expect them to put this gem or this jewel in this movie. Like, that shit was everything, man. Everything. And that's on a spiritual level. Like, a lot of people probably didn't see that and notice, like, that's what that was. Oh, hey, that was a dope scene. Like, no, that shit is real. Like, they really do that shit.
That's one of the few Marvel movies where it didn't feel like a Marvel movie. You know, it felt like it's a whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Great job with it, bro. Great job with it. And we'll see how Wakanda Forever is supposed to be, man. Because both come out this year. That's
What?
Yeah, both come out this year.
Damn.
Nigga, this year supposed to be Doctor Strange 2, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yep.
There are 3 supposed to be coming out this year.
Yes, sir.
And I think Thor: Love and Thunder is supposed to come out after Doctor Strange, and then Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is supposed to end the year. So that's, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's how it's supposed to be. Cause I know people been waiting for that Thor: Love and Thunder trailer. I feel like they're saving that trailer to after Doctor Strange 2 comes out. That's what I feel like they're doing.
Yeah.
but it's probably what happens in Doctor Strange 2 might have fed Thor: Love and Thunder. So, like I said, Doctor Strange 2, I feel like it's gonna be. Yeah, I feel like this movie's gonna be such a shift that they're saving that Thor: Love and Thunder trailer to after Doctor Strange 2 come out.
Yeah, I feel like it's a shift for all of the movies moving forward in the next phase.
That's what I think too.
Do y'all think they're gonna
change some shit? Boy, he about to do some shit in that movie. Boy.
Do y'all think they're gonna?
I feel like they doing that shit.
Do y'all think they're gonna introduce the X-Men in this movie?
I would love for that.
This might be the movie they do.
It used to be, bro. Yeah, you right. Because piggybacking on what you said earlier about the voice he was hearing.
Good voice.
Professor X.
Yeah.
The Professor X voice you hear in the trailer.
Oh,
they
I mean,
come on, Marvel. They fuck up with us, dog. They fuck up with us doing that shit. They know we knew it was gonna be Professor X.
In the cartoons, bro. Like,
yeah.
Y'all ever seen him in the X-Men's group?
Who?
Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange.
Of course not. None of those type of heroes like have, to my knowledge anyway, has interacted with each other unless it's probably been on the pages of a comic book. I ain't seen no television media and where they've interacted. I can't think of. Oh, wait a minute.
He used to wear the X, bro.
I might have.
I don't remember. Well, I didn't see.
Yeah, he used to wear the X.
Doctor Strange?
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Why would he have ever been an X-Man?
Because Professor X reached out to him and told him he knows what he's doing. And he found it weird, so he went to go meet up with him. They talked. At first, he didn't want to become an X-Men. Something happened with a specific enemy. Both of them were trying to tell. I can't remember exactly who the fuck they was fighting. Like, that shit is like right there at the tip of my head, bro. Like, but they end up helping each other. And he told him, if you ever need any like safe haven or some help, if anything, we are always open. And sure enough, that's what happened. Yeah, that's what tied him to the X-Men, and then the X-Men tied themselves to other characters, which created this big alliance, which in my theory might open the doors to Secret War.
Okay.
That might actually do it.
Alright.
Well, did they have a new trailer for Doctor Strange come out?
Not since the one where we heard Professor X's voice.
Wait, did you see all of the shit at the end of the movie?
Yeah, I saw all of that.
Yeah, that was the first trailer. That was the teaser, and then they put out an official trailer a couple of weeks after that. That's what had everybody talking about Professor X's voice was in the trailer.
Okay, so you seen who he was supposedly quote unquote fighting then, right?
The multiverse.
Himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the funny thing is that I think he's like himself is in the teaser, but if I'm not mistaken, he's not in the official.
Who's not in the official?
His Doctor Strange, like the other version of him. Unless he is, he might be just for like a second, but.
Oh yeah, they show the only ones I've seen is like what's called Defender Strange. Defender Strange.
What they call him?
Yeah. Well, the comic version of him is called Defender Strange. I don't know if that's actually him. Hey, what day does this movie come out?
I know it comes out in May. That's all I know.
You sure it's not?
Next month.
Damn, I thought this was this.
It supposed to be in March, but it pushed
Okay, that's it.
Shit, a lot of movies were supposed to. Nigga, Spider-Man was supposed to come out last year, nigga.
Yeah.
Spider-Man did come out last year.
Well, yeah, it did, but it was like, early. It was like the last week of the year, Christmas week, kind of the week before Christmas. But it was what's coming before then. And Doctor Strange got supposed to come out in March. That date stuck. We would have saw Doctor Strange 2 by now.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I wish. I cannot wait.
But it don't come out till May, so we probably get like one more trailer for that motherfucker come out in May. But I don't know if I want to watch
Yeah.
that shit because I've seen enough. I mean, I'm seeing that movie, so
Yeah, I've seen enough.
I've seen enough. Like, I feel like this movie gonna be way better. Like again, and I wanted people. I like the first Doctor Strange, but I've talked to people that like did not like that movie like that.
The first Doctor Strange?
The first Doctor Strange. Yeah, some people I've talked to people that did not care for that movie.
Damn,
Like,
that's rough.
Yeah. But I think, and again, I liked it. But I feel like this one, way better. This one way better.
That's funny. That's funny because you know,
one gonna be in it too. Yeah.
that's funny because Regina fucking loves Doctor Strange. I have no idea where the fuck this comes from.
Like it's
Like-
always character.
Yeah, like she loved that first movie so much. Like when I told her about the trailer, or I think she might have seen it on her own, she was like, she's like, oh, they're making another movie to my favorite one, and I was like, I forgot you did say that you like that shit. I mean, me personally, it was a great, origin story movie for him, but to say that you liked it like that, it wouldn't have been my wouldn't have been my first fucking pick.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm glad that she liked it. Like, I'd be glad anybody finds something, that they watched like good. Like my friend Ray says that he likes Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man the best because comic book wise, he is more. I know, right? I still kind of cringe. He's more like Peter Parker. Yeah, he's the more. No, not the more violent one, but he likes him because he's the more
he's
the more
most violent one.
he likes him more because he's the most comic book accurate. That's what he told me.
Comic book accurate.
Yeah, and I believe him because I've seen videos on
I give him that.
how Peter Parker's character is in the comics versus what we've been given. Like a lot of people will say Toby is their favorite. What?
No, go ahead.
I've been saying a lot of people say they like Toby, and myself included. But the way that Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker acts is not the same way that Peter Parker in the comic books has been. So I understand. I mean, you'd have to ask him. You'd have to ask him, nigga. I know.
I need you to realize too.
I thought you were speaking from personal.
No. I'm talking about my friend Ray. My friend Ray likes Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man better than all the others. Me personally, I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but most of the majority will probably like Tobey Maguire. Yeah, from the movies. Most of the majority of people will probably like Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker because I don't know that first. I feel like it's a because he was first type thing. As crazy as that sounds, because he was first, people like
get
it.
So. No, but you gotta understand something, because I feel like Rob was about to say it, but you gotta understand something. All three of these Spider-Mans are three different versions of Peter.
I know that. I'm aware of that.
And even in the comics, there's three different versions. If you ask me, in my personal opinion, I feel like they all fit and do Peter justice.
Oh yeah, they all do Peter justice.
They really portray the Spider-Man they're supposed to be. The amazing Spider-Man, the great Spider-Man.
And the spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah, but I mean, no.
Or even just Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, they fit
that role. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. But the comment, I have to find that video for you to actually let you know what iteration that they're referring to. But if I could describe him, it's the Peter Parker that wears like the white shirt with the black vest and the I want to say green pants. I remember they were brown, and he was like always he had like a black vest on. Or at least it looked like a black vest. I mean, shit, it all might have been one shirt, but to me that shit looked like he was wearing a white shirt with a black vest. So, but
who you talking about? Tom Holland?
No, I'm talking about comic book Peter. I'm describing the comic book Peter. I'm trying to describe
which one are you saying? Are you saying this is
Toby's, this is Andrew Garfield's. They're saying that Andrew Garfield is more in line with how Peter Parker like acts.
Dress?
No, not dress. the
But that's
way
the thing.
he is portrayed.
Which Peter though? Which Peter?
That's what I was trying to describe based on the comic that I seen in the video. But I would have to actually go back to the video to let you know what comic book and what, you know, author, illustrator that story came from. I just know that hardcore comic book fans feel like Andrew Garfield is more the Peter Parker that was from the comic books. And because of the video I saw, I'm inclined to agree. But Tom Holland is still my favorite Spider-Man / Peter Parker.
Tom Holland to me is the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes, very much so. I definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, you know, he's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that literally is just like hiding behind the mask.
I mean,
you got Andrew Garfield's character, which for me is the Spider-Man.
Right.
That's what. Like I said, the video I saw of again, it was telling that mark of him like watching all the Spider-Man movies and saying like which Spider-Man he felt. He never did say which one was like the best, but he did say in that video that he felt like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Which ones was which?
Yeah, as far as the comments that he was talking about, Andrew Garfield's one that matched the original Spider-Man the best.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that
because he was like
the most violent.
Yeah, he was kind of an asshole.
Why do you say it's because he's the most violent? God,
he was.
I mean,
he was though.
Yeah, but violence is...
He didn't hide his face or none of that. Like, he didn't give a fuck. You knew
oh
who
my
he was.
goodness!
I was,
you would have to show me this because then you make it seem like he was Batman running around with a gun.
But it's a reference in the movie where they're talking about, you know, we walk around and the reason. When all three of them got in the room and he was telling them, you know, I made a spell and that's the reason all y'all here. And they were addressing why they wear masks and why they don't. And he was like, oh yeah, you know, I don't even wear my mask. People just know who I am. You don't remember Andrew Garfield saying that?
No, they
I remember
both
saying he don't pull his punches no more.
Yeah, I remember him saying that, but I don't. I remember him saying. I don't remember him saying what you just said. It's more like.
Yeah, no, he don't pull his punches, and people know who he is, because Toby and Tom's were the most secretive Spider-Man to me. Like, they don't go around letting people know their identities. Andrew Garfield, on the other hand, don't give a fuck.
I would definitely have to fast forward to that particular.
But even in his movies, he doesn't hide his powers. Like, he's on the roof in front of people. He's around doing certain shit. Like, people knew he was Spider-Man.
I was gonna say for the video I saw, and they would say he was saying Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man match because when Peter got no powers in the comics, which I didn't know until I saw this video, he was like an asshole at first. Which Andrew Garfield was in that first Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Right. Which because I didn't know that, when I'm looking at this on screen, I'm like, why the fuck is Peter such a cool motherfucker? Like, this ain't the Peter Parker I know.
Yeah, but that's the universe shift shit, because the depiction of those Spider-Men, this Spider-Man is more casual and laid back. This one is an asshole. Or this one has powers and he's trying to figure himself out without, like, trying to ridicule the world with his powers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy the way they do that within the scripts. And I love it. Like, you want your fans to feel like what they're watching or what they're viewing, they're getting the feel of what they used to read or what they feel as though this Spider-Man should and shouldn't be. And it's a great thing for me. Like, I love that shit.
Right. Right. It's just unfortunate. Like, again, Andrew Garfield just had the worst movies. That's just unfortunate. That's just true. He had the worst films. Yeah, but I always said this, like, for years though. I was like, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man I never disliked his character. It was just the movies. The
Oh, yeah,
films
of course.
themselves were not good, which people just
Yeah.
put all that together and I could separate it. I saw him as Spider-Man, I was like, he's pretty good as Spider-Man. But the films, boy, goddamn. I don't know what the fuck they was thinking they was making these movies.
Yeah, I ain't think, I don't know neither, bro.
Goddamn, bro.
Man,
Whew.
I feel like he should have had,
The director, just blame the director. The director, whoever directed the first two movies.
God damn, he's just gonna fucking say it's your fucking fault.
It's the director,
Hey,
bro.
well,
Bro,
yeah,
come
at the end
on,
of the day,
man.
You right. The director, he is the one who calls the shots when it comes to making sure.
Yeah,
it's
Andrew
on.
Garfield
He
did. Andrew
directs
Garfield
the movie. He
Andrew
doesn't.
Garfield
Right,
did the
but
best
he
he
didn't
could
write-
with that script.
He didn't write that
Right.
motherfucker.
He don't have to write it.
Nah,
He's
dog, you the
recording
director,
what's
bro.
written. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? The movie ain't a movie unless you recording that motherfucker. Motherfucker go out there all day and practice. That don't mean we gotta see what the fuck he recording. He's the man behind what the fuck the script is written.
Yeah,
Oh my
you know,
God.
he shot them scenes and was like, "This is gonna be a good movie."
I feel like
Yeah.
And
I feel like I need to Google what the job of a director is.
Yeah,
Nigga,
please do.
when a movie is bad, that's who they blame. They don't blame
Hold up.
the writers.
I mean,
Yes.
no, I mean, I
We
just,
three directors in here right now. You not about to just have the podcast rolling and, you know what I'm saying, we sitting here talking about some bullshit, right or wrong.
I mean, no,
Okay,
but
then.
that's different because we don't
It's
plan.
not.
The only thing we plan about this podcast is the topics, ladies and gentlemen. We don't plan too much of anything beyond that because the topics carry themselves. If we don't have shit to talk
Right.
about, then there is literally no podcast. It would just be me playing a fucking game for an hour.
Which is prime example. Because my thing is, whether you streaming this and people can see what you're doing, you already know, like, premeditated what you want to do and what you want to say. And it's the same for recording. These motherfuckers already know what's on the script. So he already knows his job, just like we already know our jobs. We're not going to go off and be like, I'm going to give it like this, that, and third. First and
Shit.
foremost, you're not a producer that's recording an actor. Or you're not a director, recording an actor that's like B-list. And you're not a B-list director. And this ain't no B-list type movie you're recording. So why wouldn't you give it your all? Regardless of the script or not, that don't mean you gotta get bullshit representation when it comes to visuals. Like, come the fuck on, bro.
That's why when a good movie is made, I'm the type of person that really likes a good movie because it's a lot goes to a movie. That's
Right.
a lot of fucking work.
God.
From the script to the writers to the actors to the director, like that's a lot of fucking work, right? So, as a director, when you're shooting these, I feel like you're shooting these scenes, right?
Yeah.
And you should be like, you should switch that shit up if it's not. That's why the director gets blamed when the movie's bad because they have to decide like, okay, did this scene really work? Before I move on to the next scene, does this scene work? And then, it's your. I feel like that's the director's decision. Like those Amazing Spider-Man movies, they're not. Andrew Garfield again, he did good in those movies. To me, I've always said that he always did good to me. I never say he was a bad Spider-Man. It's just the films that's around him, that script that he had to work with, they just wasn't good. Like,
Okay, so I gotta pull it up. What does a director do? Directors are the creative leads of the film. They hold the creative vision throughout the whole process, from pre-production through to the final edit. They are employed by the executive producer or producer who is ultimately in charge of a production. I don't feel like we should be blaming the director. I feel like we should blame the fucking producer. Because that nigga puts the director in charge.
But just because he put him in charge don't necessarily mean he the one pulling the punches. You know what I'm saying? The director is the one who's sitting right there with the camera crew,
with the camera roll.
yelling, roll or tape or cut, not the producer, bruh.
The directors be telling these niggas like what sometimes how to act in the scene. They do
Yeah.
that. Like they sit there and do that, bro.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
Yeah, the
Okay,
director
I
has the
get it.
biggest job on this movie,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Facts. They
The
sit
biggest
there
draw.
and cut or be like, all right, hold on. Hey, look, maybe you should put a little in your punch or turn this over. Like, yeah, like they sit there and they coach them through this shit. They really do. It's like having a mentor on the fucking set, giving you advice on certain shit or what to and what not to do.
That's why in the Marvel universe, that's why I respect the Russo brothers so much, because every movies them niggas made, them motherfuckers were hits. Like, them niggas never missed.
Hey, and
you
you know
could
what?
tell, like,
And
they
you know
just
crazy?
knew what they was doing.
You know what's crazy?
Like, they grew up studying Marvel, bro. I really do.
I
Yeah,
feel
they
like,
did a
but
great
I also,
job
I
every time.
also feel like it works for them because it's the two of them.
And it's
Because,
two
you know,
of them. Yeah, I feel like they cheating a little bit.
Yeah, because real talk, like, if you were,
that could be the
because if I make a movie and I'm in charge of that, part of me is gonna be like, well, that's not what the fuck I want to do, Rob. So go sit your ass back down there, and when I say action, you fucking do your damn job and film. Whereas if it's
that speaks volumes though. But I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
Whereas if it's me and Vez making a movie together, you know, I may say something and he'd be like, nah, this shit gonna work better if like you do it like this, and then he'll explain how. Or I may say, all right, cool, and then we could tweak this and it'll work like that. You know, so I feel like they balance each other out, because I've never really heard of them making movies on their own, like the Russo brother, or, you know, whatever their names is. Whatever their first names are, I've never heard of them as individuals making movies. It's always the two of them, you know. How that magic works for the two of them, God damn. I hope that shit never goes out.
I feel like their process is basically based off like family oriented energy, because my thing is, why wouldn't you want to be around somebody you could like be comfortable around? I feel like the producer who was producing Andrew Garfield's movie didn't like execute that love, because you understand, whenever something's made with love, it's gonna be fucking great. Fucking food, nigga, a pastry dish. I don't give a fuck if the
video game
in a tight, nigga, whatever. Whenever love is involved with it, it's gonna be fucking phenomenal. It's gonna be, and like that's just a reflection of like their energy. Just think of all of the Marvel movies that they've made together that were fucking hits.
Nigga, they made Winter Soldier, 3? Civil War, Infinity War, and
which one of those was fucking trash?
None.
Exactly.
Shit, those four might be in the top 5.
Oh no,
I
get you.
Those things is fucking like that. Nigga,
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. A labor of love will always outweigh anything else.
No question. When I seen Civil War, I ain't gonna lie. Up to the whole series of all of those, that one particular movie was my favorite out of the whole franchise.
Civil War, hell yeah.
Man, what I tell you,
damn, man. That movie so good, bro.
Yes.
That movie so goddamn good, nigga.
I did not expect all that. Fuck that action. I didn't expect everything revolting inside that movie. It was
the
like
plot.
everything in there was just there.
Everything. And I say that about everything they made in the Marvel, in the MCU. Winter Soldier, again, that's still one of my favorites. That shit made, I don't care, that shit made Captain America dope. That movie right there, that shit made him super dope. When them niggas made Civil War, I enjoyed Civil War so much, that's how I found out about Russo. It was that movie. I was like, yo, who the fuck directed this? I had needed to see who directed that movie. And then when I found out niggas directed Winter Soldier, I was like, oh shit, okay. That's dope. And then when I saw the niggas gonna direct Infinity War, they killed it again. Them niggas said Endgame killed it again. Like, it's like them niggas like them niggas are amazing, bro. I'm glad Marvel picked. I don't know the process, but I'm glad Marvel picked both of them for all four of them films.
Best director wins.
And it was like, yo, we need y'all to keep coming back. We need y'all to keep coming back. Yeah, y'all killing this shit out here. We need y'all to do Infinity War and Endgame, nigga. The movies that's gonna end this Infinity saga in the MCU. That's why niggas did Endgame, and nigga, they was like, okay, we done. They left. They was like, we done. We did. Endgame was our last movie. And we done. Unless y'all do Secret Wars. But as far as right now, we are done. We gave y'all the best we could.
I hope they do Secret Wars.
It could, like I said, could.
hope so.
I'm about to say, could you imagine the pressure of like, especially Infinity War and Endgame, like them two movies? Could you imagine the work that went into the both of them motherfuckers? Like, and that shit worked. That shit from the plot to the acting to the fights, the story, like everything worked in both of them.
Good, bro.
And they did it, bro. Like, they did it. Yeah.
That shit was fucking great, bro. Endgame 2, that fight, bro, I didn't watch that movie so many fucking times, bro. Like, no, seriously, bro. And then, like, just that fight, like, that whole sequence, like, everything. Cap get the hammer, shield,
it's so good.
The comms come in, talk Cap, you hit the fuck that freak
on your left.
Cap, and he's like, and then it was like, you get this energy surge over you, like, what the fuck is about to happen? Like,
nigga, you get so hyped, bro.
And then you see the portal open, and you like, oh shit.
That's one of my, that's hands down my favorite movie scene, bro, of all time, bro.
Bruh, yeah.
To this day, bro.
Yes, bro.
The Avengers, everybody coming out the portals, the music build up. Yo, with Cap saying Avengers Assemble for the first time after calling the hammer to, perfect. Perfect.
That was the best line out of all the Marvel movies.
Yes.
For me, that was the best line. Just that one line. Yes.
And the fact that he ain't said that shit until that moment. It was perfect.
That shit was
perfect.
Great. That shit was fucking great. That was like, man.
Wow.
That's what people have been waiting on for years.
That's
10 year build.
That made me feel like a kid again.
Of course.
Not even lie.
Hell yeah, bro. Audience reactions. Nigga, the audience that me and Linda was with.
Oh my god.
Yeah, perfect. Niggas stood up by their seats, bro. Like, niggas were clapping and screaming. Man.
I was there. I wasn't there with y'all. I was there in spirit, but I was watching like, and motherfuckers going wild. I remember just like dude got up talking about some, oh shit!
Niggas screaming.
Like fucking children.
That moment, man.
Slinging shirts around and shit. I'm like, damn, nigga, this ain't no concert. What the fuck? But I couldn't be nothing but be happy for it. Like, the shit was there, bro. That shit was everything.
It was. They based the question: will Marvel ever have a moment like that again?
Like, it's gonna have to be Secret Wars. It's gonna have to be.
It's gonna have to, man.
It's gonna have to be, and they're gonna have to build up to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be this. See, that's what I feel like too, and I feel like people don't understand this. Like, Endgame happened. One of the greatest movies, greatest moments in that movie.
Facts.
I feel like right now we're in the build-up stage again. That's what I feel like we're in, and people don't understand this.
Endgame was their climax.
That was the climax after all the movies, all them years.
Right.
I feel like right now we're in this build-up stage again. That's what and I feel like some people don't understand that shit. Like, Marvel cannot give you Endgame moments over and over after Endgame.
Yeah,
no, they're not gonna do that.
That shit would be taxing. The Russo brothers would quit.
That would be too much for anybody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? You gotta appreciate the art and creativity, especially with the artists. You know that. You know this. Like, granted, you gonna get a hit, but it ain't gonna be the same hit. Like,
and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
Like, no, on certain things, you're right. It shouldn't be. I'm gonna agree with you. It shouldn't be. It should not be. But when that shit come around, it's gonna shock the shit out of everybody. I'm telling you.
Right.
I feel it. I feel like this. And the only reason is because if the
Russo
do come back and do Secret Wars,
yeah,
the creativity of their minds is gonna be fucking phenomenal. Only based off what they gave us in Endgame 2. Seeing all of that shit go down, honestly thought that was a part of Secret Wars. I thought that was gonna be the introduction to Secret Wars. I didn't expect that shit to go down the way it went down. Being honest, as a fan watching it the first go round, I thought Thanos was gonna do some shit, snap everybody into an alternate reality or some shit, where everybody's sitting around.
Nigga, they still think that. People still think that that's like a thing, like a possibility that could be happening. Like,
what? Oh, what's happening right now? Like,
yeah,
alternate reality.
Yeah, they think that everybody who's going to Soul World is just, you know, like that.
I mean, it could possibly be that, because again, the stones serve purposes to do certain things. So, by the outcome of what did and didn't happen, it's so many unanswered questions, and that's what I mean. Like, when it comes down to multiverse and Doctor Strange is in the movie, it's gonna be a lot of answers. It's gonna be a lot of things said, a lot of things done. And I honestly feel like when he meet his doctor self, he gonna tell himself this, like, you think you just got here and you know what I'm saying? You just basically he gonna have a moment with himself. It's gonna be like a sit down or interrogation moment. He's like, yeah, you just tickled the feathers of the universe's asshole. You don't really know what the fuck you really do. I really feel like that, because you gotta understand when you got an antagonist or somebody playing a main role and like they the good guy, they only go but so far. The villains always go 10, 20 times further than the fucking good guy, and we know this just based off fact. So just imagine what his dark version has already discovered, because they don't even show the Strange that they show in the comics yet. The Strange that I've seen in the comics, gray hair, gray patches, hair spiked up, whiskers on his eyes, shit crazy. He even learned how to fucking heal himself. I'm honestly thinking he's gonna learn that shit from his darker self. I think a lot of this shit.
I would have thought healing would have been something that you just learn how to do along the way of learning magic, period.
Yeah, but nah, it's different, because you gotta understand, he in the first movie he just learned how to phase people. Remember when he first got knocked and separated from his body? He astral projected.
Yeah.
He just learned how to balance that out. So it's still a lot of magic he was just learning, and throughout the movies, we don't know what he's learned. So again, like, this is his second movie.
This nigga got off screen growth.
Nah,
People,
facts.
cause I ain't gonna lie, like watching everything that he did from his first movie to like Infinity War.
So okay, yeah, you know.
I'm like, so like everything he learned from then to Infinity War, I'm like, fuck, this looks like visually my mind is like, this is amazing. Like 10-year-old me is having a fucking field day, but like when this movie comes around, I'm pretty sure 10-year-old me is going to like cry tears of joy. So.
Yeah. Facts. Nah, what I was gonna say about the Guardians though earlier, the piggyback on that was, I wouldn't mind them running into the Surfer. Like, that'd be a dope moment.
That would be, oh my god.
Because they already ran across Thanos.
Norman Red, nigga.
And Thanos, you know, was out in the galaxy. And I know he had ties with, what's the guy's name?
Who?
Galactic, the giant.
Galactus.
Yeah, Galactus.
Right.
I know he had ties with him. So they already beat Thanos. So I can see how they tie that into.
But they gotta bring the Fantastic Four in before they do anything.
Exactly. But that's why I'm getting at this. Because if they telling us already that this gonna be the last time we see the Guardians of the Galaxy's team together, who's to say they not gonna meet them? You know what I'm saying? Fantastic Four already do space work.
Do you think the Guardians of the Galaxy gonna die?
I can't hear you.
I said, do you think the Guardians of the Galaxy are gonna die to Galactus?
I wouldn't say they would die to him. And I don't honestly remember them dying in the comics to them. I remember they suffered they suffered a great loss. Like nobody died. They just got their ass kicked real bad.
Our soldiers won't
Damn,
forget
like
that
like
fight easily.
Green Ranger against the Power Rangers real bad, or like
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah,
damn.
yeah. And I remember, so in the original, what was that?
Ah, Aloy, welcome.
No, I don't even remember Doom helping them yet, cause Doctor Doom's supposed to team up with them.
Oh, that first place where Steven wakes up and his jaw is like broken. They're saying that that's Latveria, or they're speculating that that is Latveria and whatnot, and that
That very
yeah,
Why that
so
sound familiar?
because that's where Doctor Doom lives. that's
Oh shit!
that's his base of operation. They're saying that because the place where he was, that building looks like Castle Doomsday. However, when I watched the episode, it just said that nigga was in Germany. It didn't say specifically what city or anything like that. So if we find that out later in the next 5 episodes, then
Oh, that shit is gonna blow my mind, bro.
right. But again, if they introduce that, then now you have to fucking do the Fantastic Four. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it wouldn't make no sense. But the thing the guy in the video was saying was, a lot of people are wondering, well, if this is Latveria, why didn't Doctor Doom step in to stop him from doing whatever he was doing? And they were basically saying that
Doom can't fuck with him. Like,
no, it's not that. It was more like Doom doesn't care because he's not that big a blip on his radar. It's not about Moon Knight himself, but like he basically said if it came down to
Are you talking about Moon Knight?
yeah. He was basically saying that if it came down to him fighting this villain that Moon Knight is going up against, then Doom would really handle it, but it's not that big a concern to him. So, which I kind of get. Like he provides a lot for his people, and Doom, he provides a lot for his people. But even he's not above saying, "Yeah, if them niggas wanted to kill me, they totally could. They just go without water, shelter. Niggas could attack them, whatever the fuck the case may be. But they don't because they know that I provided them safety inside Latveria. So, it's and that's kind of how. I don't want to say that's kind of how the world should be, but to a degree, that's what we expect from our government. So I mean, like the government should know and under. No, listen. I mean, I know, I agree with you, but what I'm saying is, it used to be a time where the government knew full and fucking well, if these niggas don't like this shit, we gonna be dead or in the street, homeless and dying.
No. I disagree with that because the government always look out for themselves first.
Well,
always. They don't give a fuck about us. They make laws and rules that may make us feel like, they have our best interests at heart, but they don't have our best interests at heart. They don't. They never do. They just tell us this because they feel as though whatever they say should be what is. Will give you welfare because it may help you as long as you pay taxes. Oh, okay. All right, cool. If we pay taxes, that's fine. But also, if we do this, you can't have X, Y, and Z present. Well, what do you mean? Well, you can find a job, but you can't reap the benefits. Oh, so you telling me if I do this, I can't have these options? Yeah. Oh, yeah. On top of that, if you have kids in the house, you can't have a father present if you still want to receive WIC. Oh, shit, really? Damn. Like, come on, like, you really setting up a structured system for a motherfucker to lean on the way you want to, gear. And if it's not going the way you want them to,
you make a lot
and they
of
try to wing around
fix it.
Of course.
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, it's either you live like this, or you just be like, fuck it. That's how I always looked at it, because my thing is, it's no reason a family should not receive help without penalty at all. Like, why is it we can't receive your help if, like, we're real out of suffering without penalty? Like, the father can't be present, or if the father's present and he taking care of the kids, the mother can't be present. Like, how does that work? Like, how do you sleep at night knowing the system that people above you or the people that are sitting in those high seats structured on something to make these people submissive to these rules and regulations, crush them, and you fine with it?
Mm-hmm.
Because you feel as though that just helps them. It don't. It literally has been crushing society for years, and nobody has made changes.
Right. I mean, that's why I never believed that there's like, I never really believed that our country's in debt. You know, this whole $1 trillion
Fuck
of
no.
debt.
Have
Hell
you seen
no.
what the
That show
fuck
ain't.
Joe Biden just did for the war?
No.
Or this so-called shit that's going on? $16.7 billion. Or
$1 billion to
$16.2
Ukraine.
billion to Ukraine. Money they claimed that we didn't have. Oh,
Bullshit,
if
man.
y'all claim we ain't have it, how did you give it to them? If we in debt,
Exactly.
how? Where did
Exactly.
it come from? Oh, the
And
taxpayers, of course.
and you know, again, they want people to like everybody in America is not paying their student loans, so I don't know,
She
like,
could have been wiped out right there, nigga.
right.
Right there, bro.
So
Yeah,
Stupid,
it's stupid, man. Them taxes and shit, that shit, damn, I be telling people, man, stop giving these people your money, man. Why the fuck is it green lights outside? What the fuck?
Green lights. Oh,
that dog from the office is back for you, nigga.
Stop that shit.
But nah,
It's,
I agree with you, man. I mean, that shit
it's
is
like a green glow out this, man.
you know, every time.
street light.
It's funny. It's like every time.
Nah, nigga, that's weird as hell.
Every time we talk about fucking every time we
That
talk about
movie,
Moon Knight.
that
No,
movie
every time we
Nope
talk
is
about Moon
happening
Knight,
right now.
that the
You
movie
say
No.
who?
The movie No. Oh
He said green
no.
light. He said green light. That's the first thing my brain thought of. That movie Nope is happening to him right now.
Oh
Oh,
no.
nah.
Shit.
Nope. I ain't even never seen that movie, bro. Don't get this freaking me
Oh, it's
out.
not. It's not out yet.
Came
It's not
out
out
yet.
yet.
It come out
Oh,
this come out June, I think, July,
Oh
June.
man.
How you say the
But
name of it is Nope.
nope.
It's Jordan Peele in this movie.
Right.
Nah, that should be starring Viz. The
Oh
fuck?
my goodness.
Nigga,
Ain't
any
no, hey,
bad
but if you
person
wanna
role. Shit.
if you do wanna watch something scary, I just seen a
Bro, don't
YouTube.
shit scare me nowadays, bro.
Well, okay. Well, it's meant to be scary. I'm not saying that it will scare you, but there's a channel
I got you.
called Crypt TV,
Uh-huh.
and the only reason I know about it is because of Matt Pat. You know, when he does his videos or whatever, he'll talk about, he basically theorizes about a whole bunch of shit. So his film theory is his channel, but when I was listening to his videos the other day at work, he mentioned
Uh-huh.
Crypt TV and how they're getting like this series on Peacock called Lady in the Woods, I think, or it's something in the woods. And my brain, like, it's called The Girl in the Woods, my bad. It's going to be on Peacock streaming October 21st. So either it's already there, because I actually don't remember what date that video was, or it will be there this year. But either way, like, all the stuff they like have on their channels, like, I kind of want to sit and watch, because they've made like a interconnected universe of monster shit. And when I tell you, this stuff sounds super interesting, like, this is the type of horror that I've been looking for movies. I go to the movies for three things: action, horror, and general entertainment. Because I'll give pretty much anything. Oh, sci-fi. But I give pretty much anything a chance that looks interesting. So that shit is pretty what's the word I'm looking for? Enthralling.
There
That's the
we
word I
go.
want to use. Enthralling. So if you get a chance,
Enthralling.
hell yeah, enthralling.
Okay.
So if you get a chance, just type in Crypt TV on YouTube and let your brain do the rest. So, because I plan on
Yeah, now
watching
you
something after we get done with this podcast.
So let me ask you something. You believe in like paranormal activity movies and shit like that?
Like, do I believe it's real or do I just like watch it?
Like in general, like do you believe it?
I
Nah, not just watching
man,
it. I mean
man,
like
nigga, that's a hard question to answer because while I do find that shit entertaining, part of my brain is like, Feel like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, that movie series, I ain't gonna hold you. That movie series is the first series in a long time that actually make me feel like, okay, somewhere in the fucking world, this is probably happening to a motherfucker right now. so,
yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. That shit
so
is
I get
different.
nervous. So I'm a little nervous when you ask me, "Do you believe that shit real?" Cuz I'm like, it's not whether or not. It's not a question of do I believe, nigga. It's like, do I want it to be real? Fuck no.
I got you. I got you. I
So,
got you.
like, I'm big on
Nah,
not giving my energy to shit.
hey, I feel that. But the only reason I address that is because like it's funny you mentioned energy. But the only reason I say that is because like a lot of people believe like energy and shit like this is real. Like entities and
Oh yeah,
like negative entities per se can channel themselves or channel an energy to do a certain thing with inside of somebody. And
right,
like the only
right.
reason I say that is because you brought up scary shit. And for me, that's like not scary, but it's fucked up to think like
This could be
negative
happening to somebody.
energies could be doing shit like that to people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like,
And honestly, he had to give a disclaimer for he had to give a disclaimer for this one video I saw because it was a series of videos about this girl being in like a house and
it's
she
always a
would
house.
she would be faced with she would be faced with like these four monsters inside the house that kind of represents aspects of her mind. But then when she finally got out the house, she realized she was like in this garden and she liked being there. But there was this girl in white who would hide her face and she couldn't speak, but she would mouth out the words for her to like leave and get out the garden. It's like really dangerous here. And
Shit.
I know, right? And one thing that like he always blows my mind when he does these type of videos, but he theorized that she was on heroin and was having an addiction, and that every time she would go to the garden, that was her on heroin. However, he also pointed out that every time she would go to the garden just got worse and worse. So imagine it being like a nice spring day and everything's bright and sunny, and then the next time you go there, it's like I call it gray day because the sun don't really feel like it's out, but it's not exactly stormy. But like the clouds are out, the grass look a little withered, it's broken shit, like broke down cars and trucks and shit. Like she said, it literally just he said it literally just was looking worse and worse, and that was like a correlation to her being on drugs and whatnot. And like when she would be on them drugs and she made it back to the house, the entities inside the house would be like more vicious towards her, whereas before, yeah, they freak her out, but they're more like passive and whatnot. And then the girl in the white represents her moral compass or her morality, trying to rescue her from all of it. Man, that shit was so fucking deep. And I was like, damn, I
That's a
really
good
enjoy.
metaphor.
Yeah, like I really enjoy when
Yeah,
MatPat
real
covers
good
shit like
analogy.
that. So, I say all of
Yeah,
that
I
to
can see
say,
that.
yeah, I say all of that to say, like these things, like, while they make me think, I don't go to the movies for real life shit. But if butter it up the right way, you'll trick me into watching it. Like,
Yeah, I got you.
the last movie I saw that I enjoyed that was about a real life thing was the leader of the Black Panthers movie.
Ah,
You know what I'm talking
yeah.
about, right?
Of
Right.
course.
Because I can't think of the name of the movie, but
Yeah, it
that was
was
the
based on
last.
Fred Hampton. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that was the last movie I seen that was based off of like real life, and I don't know what made me want to
Yeah,
fucking
and
watch
that
that
shit was
movie.
fucked up.
That shit was super fucked up. Like,
It always is.
Yeah,
man, that shit.
yeah.
That
Yeah, because I
shit.
didn't know. To be honest, I knew they did that, but I didn't know how they did it. And watching that
Oh
movie
yeah,
for
of
me,
course.
like, really, yeah, because like, so non-disclosure, I can't disclose what I used to do. Just know I was around certain files in a mail room where we had access to certain things. Now, mind you, I knew certain things with inside of this, but I didn't know that's exactly how they executed their plan. And just seeing that was just fucked up for me. Like,
Hmm.
Mm.
yeah, bro. Like movies like that, bro. It really hit
Return
like
when you need it.
home. You
And
know what I
that's
mean?
and that be
And it
exactly
is
why I
because
don't
it
like
is
watching
black.
shit like that.
It is. But I love watching shit like that, and it's crazy. I love it so much sometimes that I don't even want to watch it. Like the movie or the short documentation with Joey Badass on Netflix that he won a Grammy for. I've yet to
Mm.
watch. I've
Me
yet to
neither.
watch it
What is that
because
about?
I don't want to watch it. It's about police brutality, but it's a short 30-minute like little documentation. It's
Hmm.
basically him waking up one day, going out into the real world and getting into a confrontation with a white officer, and his ending constantly continues.
Hmm?
And by what I mean is, let's say he gets shot and he dies. He wakes back up and relives the same over and over and over. And he tries to alter it and change it. But every time he changes it, he either gets further than him getting shot, or he gets in a shorter time loop of him
Hmm.
dying from something else that the officer has done to him. Maybe choking
So,
him out, or
so this nigga's having a JoJo Bizarre Adventure movie
Oh
villain
shit.
ending.
I haven't
Yeah, that
seen
sound like.
JoJo, but yeah, it sounds like what you describing. Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah, bro. It be shit like that that be fucking me up. It's just like I don't know if y'all seen Birth of a Nation, the Nat Turner movie.
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
I've heard of it.
Even with that, like that fucked me up. Seeing as though it was a black guy that he was helping get away from the plantation, told one of the white guys that took out his whole group that he was saving. After half of his group went to go kill most of the plantation owners.
Wait, say it again.
So in Birth of a Nation, just to
Uh-huh.
sum the movie up real quick.
Spoilers if you hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know how old
This
that
is
movie is.
this is black. It's shit. If you haven't seen this movie, 9 times out of 10 is because you black and you know you didn't have somebody to relay the information to you, or you just wasn't that interested to go look at it. But I recommend this movie to all walks of life, all races and ethnicities. And the only reason I say that is because it drops knowledge and jewels. Now I'm not gonna say it's accurate because I wasn't around in this time. But what I will say is most of what was conveyed with inside of the message is very accurate. You basically got a African that they know can read and write.
Uh-huh.
His parents taught him. So they're using him as a tool to manipulate all the other slaves. Granted,
Uh-huh.
they beating the shit out of these slaves, raping them, killing them, this, that, and the third, but they still want them to obey what's written in the Bible. Now, most of the other slaves is like, well, I don't want to do this. Like, you doing all this shit that's on the day-to-day basis throughout the week, 6 days throughout the week. On the 7th day, you feel as though all you're saying should be corrected. And then even on the 7th day, some days you still cursing or beating the shit out of us. Like, what the fuck? And they're using him to convey a message. Well, read them the Bible, nigga. They need to know, like, God is the way. They need to obey God, because if they obey God, they'll obey us. Because we're his children. We are God. Basically, that's what they're saying. So by them saying that and making him feel like he the outcast, because a lot of people didn't like him no more because he was doing their bidding for them because he's a nigga, and they feel like he can relate more with them because he's black. He started to feel like how he should have felt. Or y'all just using me.
Uh-huh.
So one Sunday he stood up and told them I ain't reading this shit no more. You know, of course, backlash.
Right.
They put him somewhere, made him feel like, you know, he wasn't shit no more. And from that, he rose like a phoenix was from the ashes, took his peoples basically on a manhunt. One night,
Manhunt of white people.
broke everybody out. Yep, broke everybody out. Started doing such and such. It was this big, brutish motherfucker. Just think of like the biggest fucking version of Hulk and a black dude.
Hawk?
Yeah, from the Avengers.
Hulk, nigga.
Oh,
Yeah, I said Hulk, nigga.
Nah.
You even
Okay.
said Hulk, nigga. What
Nigga.
you thought I said?
Nigga, you said Hawk.
Not Hulk, nigga. Like Hulk. The Incredible Hulk. Did that sound better?
Yeah, I mean, hey, man, you telling the story, not me. Go ahead.
Anyway, nigga. Just think of that version of the Incredible Hulk and a black guy is on your team, and y'all about to go kill a whole bunch of white people.
And I feel confident as fuck.
What they did, but see, look, they
shit.
made them feel small. And in terminology, you can look this shit up on Google. It's called butt breaking. Buck.
But, oh, okay.
Buck.
B-U-C-K.
B-U-C-K. You know what that is?
Yeah.
You know what
I've
butt
heard
breaking is?
it's when you break the male so they don't fight back for something.
Right. Basically, you break the dominance or the alpha mindset of the male so he doesn't feel like he has dominance over the next man. So they basically did this to this big black brute dude. And what they did was they didn't completely break him. They beat the shit out of him. Then they started beating his woman, took his woman, raped his woman, and they put him in captivity and then gave him his woman back.
So, what did that make him do to the woman?
It didn't make him do nothing to the woman. It just made him feel like in his mind he couldn't do shit. This is part of the process of buck breaking. Because when they make you feel like you small or you can't do something to retaliate, they try to make you feel like there is no way of revenge. You're just gonna take this and accept it.
Right.
So by them doing that, and then the next night, Net breaking him out, instantly, I mean, this nigga instantly, and I got something to go do. I'm talking about beat the jaw off this nigga, bro. Like, bro, you gotta see the movie, bro. Like, this nigga's face was gone, bro.
Damn.
Like, he beat the shit out of this white dude. And
that's what you gotta do, bro.
Yeah.
And you know, that was that. So, you know, it was great up until like the last parts, and like it really crushed me because one of the black guys he helped and was with them that was helping him real life like disappeared in between a moment when they went to go break the lockers to get the guns, and then all the guns was fucking gone. And then that's when he knew that the other inventory of ammunition was moved because this black guy switched sides on them and started helping the white man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Why did he do that,
that's-
though?
Because he didn't like Nat Turner's way of revolution. He felt like black people should be under the boot of white people.
Like,
Basically a house
Frederick
nigga.
Douglass? Not Frederick Douglass.
What about Frederick?
So, it was a black person in history who thought the same way. Like, if you just...
Oh, see, I know you're talking about. They picture him and try to portray his image to be bad. Because for a long time, I thought the same way. You talking about Jim Crow?
Yeah.
Jim Crow, yeah.
Yeah, Jim Crow was not actually who they say he was. Jim Crow was actually a revolutionary black individual, and it's crazy because for the longest I used to think like, oh, you just another house nigga. Oh, you just like Jim Crow. That's not the case. Jim Crow got a bad name because some
He just
black
agreed
guy.
with what they said.
Yeah, no. He never agreed with nothing the white man said at all. That's the thing. Jim Crow was not what a lot of people think he was. Like, you real life gotta go read the documentations on the real Jim Crow story, bruh. Nah, for real, Jim Crow was not. He was not who we thought he was.
Yeah, cause that's how they definitely portray him. Like he was, like it's bad. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like
That's what I'm saying,
Jim
man.
Crow's law is based off white man's law and code when that's not the case. Jim Crow never gave a fuck about the white man. He just knew like Dr. King knew. Like the only way to move forward in the world is to be. He was basically the Martin Luther King of that era. Let me say that, if that sums up everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but ahead of his time, so people didn't see the vision. They was more on the Malcolm's version before Malcolm was born.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot you can learn throughout history, man. And
Yeah.
to be honest, like I feel like I got a little well, I got a lot of all of them in me, but when it come down to it, it's like I got a lot more Malcolm in me
Yeah.
than Martin. You know
Well,
what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I fuck with people.
I agree with you on that because I feel the same way.
Yeah, like I fuck with people, but when it come down to certain things, like, nah, my nigga.
That's
I'm
like
good
what I
on
told
that.
you. That's like what I told you about them saying my name wrong at work. Like,
Yeah, like you gonna know if like you gotta write my name or put something down that's documenting me for being wrong. But when I'm in the right and I'm doing good, you don't want to say my name right. Like, get the fuck out of
right.
here, man.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Like I met
Yeah.
I remember I told you I had a meeting with the attendance lady a couple of days ago. So I walked past her office yesterday thinking that it's the same lady I spoke to, and I looked at her again. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were Miss Elliott." And she's like, "No, my name is Miss Warner. Nice to meet you." I was like, "Nice to meet you too." And we got to talking, and she was like, "What's your name?" And so I said, "My name is Lyndon Hapersham." And she was like, "Oh, that's a really nice name." I said, "I'm glad you think so. I just hope you pronounce it correctly like everybody else." She's like, "Well, how does everybody else pronounce it? They seem to think the M comes after the A instead of at the end." And she stopped real quick because she was trying to real live pronounce this shit in her head. And she's like, I don't Hambersham. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't understand why they would think that." I said, "I don't either, but I mean, it don't stop them from damn doing it." So, well, yeah, that's a good little conversation. So, but other than that, I mean, that shit. And people like that's what be bothering me about people. Like they want you to respect them for the title, not for who the fuck they are. They think, "Oh well, I'm your supervisor. You need to do this." Like, no, nigga, like build that trust. And when I say build that trust, I don't mean like work me like a dog either. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, gain my respect. I understand
Yeah.
that you proclaim to be, or somebody saying that you're such and such, but your reputation don't perceive in my eyes. So I
Right.
can't sit here and be like, "Oh yeah, you know that's the boss lady," or nah. Cause like I tell you all the time, like I just work with people. Like these motherfuckers is just people I work with.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
I don't give a
anywhere
fuck if you manager or not, nigga. Like,
anywhere I go, I always try to like move up. So, you know, when you're above me in terms of like position, you know, yeah, I give you that respect. I let you know I work hard, but also letting you know that, you know, this is what I expect from you in return because I'm showing you that. You know, I'm showing you that I want to do more. Why would you take the nigga that's hardly ever works and put them in a position to be in charge of other folks? Like that sounds like some real stupid shit. Like,
yeah, for me that was a racist thing.
nah, but it be but you know I don't work with nothing but black people. It ain't but 5, maybe 3 or 4 white people in the building. My nigga Matt said, "Yeah, kind of mad." I was like, "Why?" It's like, "Cause there are more of me around." I was like, "What?" It's like, "What, you just got happy being the only white guy around?" I said, "Yeah, it felt kind of special to be a minority." I was like, in my head, I'm thinking to myself, "Nigga, you're so cool. I don't even see you as like a fucking
Don't be
minority."
the next Chris Rock, bro. Please
No, I'm just saying.
That's Chris Rock.
No, shut the fuck up. No, first of all, nobody in their life should expect to be able to walk up to me, slap me, and me not do anything back.
No, that's not what I mean.
Okay, well, explain.
See,
please explain what you mean.
A lot of people just look at that moment and just look at it like, damn, Chris Rock got smacked by Will Smith. it's a lot of things built up to that. That's
I
why
mean,
I
of course.
understood where it came from.
Yeah,
Granted,
all of
that's
us
why I was
understood where it
saying, like,
came from.
I don't agree with him smacking him on national TV. I don't.
Nah, it's
I
just,
don't. Like, he could have
it's just
caught
the
him on
fact
the
that it's
one in the
national
alleyway,
TV.
smoke break or something, and slap the shit out of him. No talk, no nothing.
But
Like,
if you ask me, I feel like Will ain't never been in that situation before, so he
that's because,
reacting.
yeah, I
He
get
reacting
that.
how
He
he
acting,
reacting.
yeah, he acting like he's acting like a TV guy. Like, I understand that. That's why I agree with his action. Now, granted, I don't agree. Again, like, it shouldn't have went down the way it went down. That's a fact.
Yeah, nah.
But that's opinionated from somebody who got common sense, street sense, and book sense. Will ain't got all that.
Yeah, nah.
So I can't sit here and be like, damn, Will, you know what I'm saying? If I was Will, I know how I would have handled it. The show would have went on and all that shit. But after, sources just tell us, reports ahead, Chris Rock has been transferred to the local hospital because something happened. Okay, we don't have a lot of details about this case or situation here. That's why I'm kind of stirring here on the. Wait, hold up. You say who? I'm sorry. We're kind of cut to this live image, and they gonna have Chris Rock in a fucking hospital, like, cause, like, come on, bro, like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
You don't do shit like that. But what I'm saying is, don't be another Chris Rock. Is black people don't fuck with Chris Rock because Chris Rock thinks he's white, and that always been the case.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, see.
Well, I would never. But I would never think that I'm white, nigga. So I don't know why you.
But he thinks that. Yeah. No. I'm saying, like, that's why I was making a reference joke. I never said you'll think you're white. What I'm saying is, don't think because you the black guy, you can give the white guy power of how can I word this?
Oh, I know what you're saying, but I'm just, all I said was that he's a pretty cool person. I'm not.
I get that. I get that. Now what I'm saying is, don't make him feel like.
I need to get my stamina back first.
Well, not even just that. Even if you see somebody else addressing the situation, don't make them feel like they can give the next man the energy of feeling as though they're equal to our survival tactics of overcoming the situations we've overcame. Because they'll never understand. And what I mean by the Chris Rock reference is, Chris Rock, real life, was on I want to say like a recording or a show or some type of interview. It was him, Seinfeld, and two other comedians. And I've seen you the video.
Okay.
He real life sitting up there passing the nigger word with this other guy. And then another guy. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, I think he's the coolest, whitest, black motherfucking nigga I know. And then the white guy goes, he's like, oh yeah, that's my nigga. So I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, no, never that.
And then he's like, yeah, and Seinfeld is puzzled. Like, granted, he had a smile on his first, and then he just went down.
Seinfeld was like, what the fuck just happened?
He even says it.
Right.
So he's like, well, yeah, nah, I don't think that's cool. I don't think, you know, you should let, you know, him say that or feel like he's able to say that word and be comfortable with saying that amongst you in the world. That's just not right. Like, what do you say? I don't find the humor or the energy in using that word because it's just not right. He was the only white guy up there that knew, like, this word isn't just something that's a term of endearment that should be shared amongst races. Just because it's a black guy in the room, don't give you a pass amongst the rest of the world. Like, are you fucking kidding?
I know, but that's definitely not. That would never be something I ever say.
I'm just joking with you, bro. I'm not saying you would do that. I'm just saying
I know. But I mean, the fact that you would say don't be another Chris Rock, like, clearly it was coming from somewhere. But I get what you're saying. But nah, I just think I think he's just a cool ass white boy. That's all.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny. I just found it was funny that he even said or felt that way, because when he said it, he actually reminded me that there was more than just him working in the building of people that are white. And I'm like,
Oh shit.
right. So in my mind, I'm just like, shit, nigga, I forgot you weren't the only one. It's a it's a white guy. It's a white, no, for real, because it's a white guy in the building, named Scott. And this nigga got long hair and looked like Steven Seagal, man. I promise you. But I never told him that
it was real alive. Real alive was about to give him the pass. Be like, all right, you're a white boy to possibly be invited to the cookouts.
Nah, but you know it's crazy.
No.
But you know it's crazy though. He divorced from a woman that was black. Yeah. And I asked him straight up. I asked him straight up. When he said that, I asked him straight up about that shit because I was like, I don't know too many niggas that, you know, aren't black, date a black woman, and they just give that shit the fuck up.
Oh shit.
So when he explained the story behind it, I was like, okay, that makes sense. So
yeah.
But yeah, that just, I don't know. That just kind of like threw me for a loop for a minute. I thought it was funny because immediately my mind thought about, you know, our struggle as black people and him feeling how he felt. I'm like, nigga, you will never.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, I was like, what?
Yeah,
and
that's
else you were saying.
right. That's really what made me laugh. The fact that he felt like, you know, well, I just wanted to be the only one. Like, you want to be the only one? Because sometimes I just be like, nigga, do you hear yourself? Do you hear how this might sound to anybody else? Like no, for real. I'm a pretty easygoing person. So like, it's not a lot of shit that I think would like offend me, but other motherfuckers would like get super offended. Like one day we were in the break room and it's not a commercial. It was something we were watching. This nigga, I was coming into the break room. This nigga was leaving the break room, and it was a news broadcaster talking about his words of choice was the black experience. This nigga Matt goes, right, this nigga Matt goes, oh, I didn't know it was an experience. Shit, I'd like to try that for $9.99. What a fucking asshole. I was like, in my head I was like, look at you trying to stick up for me and my peoples. I ain't gonna get you nowhere, but you know, I feel you. You know,
they think it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that you. I love the fact that you so badly wish you could relate to the shit that my ancestors have gone through, but
Facts.
You know,
it just don't work that way. Bro.
Yeah, it was like it's like when you order spaghetti or like some sort of pasta, and you go to like heat that shit up, and then you done put this shit on 3 minutes, mind you. So you're thinking, okay, this is more than enough time to heat up my fucking food. And you go to sit down and get ready to eat that shit, and the scent is like, hell yeah, that's exactly how the fuck it felt when he said that shit. Because I was like, I want to feel good about what you just said, because I find that this newscaster sounds like a fucking idiot saying the black experience. And I don't even think it was the newscaster. I think it was whoever the fuck he was interviewing. But either way, I know for a fact the word black experience was used. And I was just like, right. Yeah. And I was just like, damn.
It just hit me different.
Not right.
Be an experience.
Right. Like not being black in America, which is something that niggas live with. It's the experience of being a black person. Like,
what the fuck does
like all, you know, that shit sound like that shit sounds like, no, that shit sound like when I created myself, that I just chose to be like this because this was my fuck around character, and that my main character is really a white nigga that lives in the hills who got like, that's my main account with like all my billions. You know, like I'm a GTA character or some shit. Like,
AKA Kodak Black. When you see me, man, I'm white. Hey.
Right.
Oh my god.
My name Kodak Black, but when you see me, I'm white.
Oh,
I said, what the fuck? This nigga talking about, bro?
Hey, what's crazy is...
Nigga, what? Did they change your brain with a white dude for real? Like,
no. Listen. That nigga is in the sunken place right now.
Yeah, that I was about to say the same shit. That's some Get Out shit.
Like,
For real.
damn. Oh my
Nigga said, my
That's
name
goodness.
really
go to
some
bed,
Get
but when you
Out
see
shit,
me,
bro.
I'm white.
The only time I make that joke is when I'm talking about my wallet. Yeah, I'm black, but my wallet is white.
There's always room to improve.
That
That's
nigga
not.
said,
Fuck.
my name go to bed,
I don't
I may
never,
fuck
I
your
don't never
white
want to make that
wife.
joke, nigga.
You said
I said,
what?
who the fuck? I said,
Nigga,
that ain't go to
I
bed had
don't
no
never want to make.
guidance at all.
He,
You could
nah,
clearly
no,
tell,
hey,
bro.
bruh, you know what's crazy? You know what is fucking crazy?
What?
That nigga had fucking guidance, bruh. I swear to
Nigga,
God, you
Guidance?
go look,
who? Where that
Guidance from
nigga at?
who?
bruh, go back.
I don't
Listen, listen.
know.
Go back to the haircut Kodak, the young Kodak, 16,
Farewell.
17-year-old Kodak. That nigga was rapping with substance, putting on for Miami.
You'd have
Oh,
to
yeah.
send me a track because I ain't never.
Man, as soon as them niggas, bruh, I'm telling you, that's Lil Nas X, the same way. Lil
Oh,
Uzi, the same way.
with the whole I'm straight now I'm gay type shit.
Yeah, yeah,
That's crazy. But you said you felt like that was the label, right?
yeah. A lot of people tie into these contracts and they force them to do certain things, bruh.
First of them do
Cause you
shit.
gotta, yeah, you gotta understand.
You know how
Once you
fucked up that
tied
would
into an
be.
obligation, you gotta do what they
Hold
telling you
on.
to, and you gotta abide by it because you signed to this. And that was the same shit Tupac was telling people back in the day, bruh. Like that shit stuck with me, bruh. Like you gotta see what the fuck going on. But go ahead, I'll let
I've
you
Do
go.
you,
trained with these
I was
trials
just gonna say, do
myself.
you know how fucked up that would be if you signed a contract and somewhere in that contract them niggas said, yeah, for like 3 months straight you gotta wear pink nail polish and dress in skirts and wear fanny packs and shit.
Or
Like,
you gotta abide by all the rules or the things we tell you to do while tied to this contract. And if you break this bond, we can terminate you at any given moment.
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy.
You
That
know
would be
what
happening.
termination is, nigga? Death.
Yeah, what they be doing out
Why
here
is that
for real.
death? Oh, you mean like
Which,
they can kill you?
yeah, that's what that means, nigga. You know how
I
many
mean,
niggas they didn't kill because they wasn't trying to follow their rules? Juice
uh,
WRLD, Triple X. Like, come on, bro, wake up, bro. This shit happening.
Yeah, it is.
that's crazy.
A lot of people don't think about that
Yeah,
shit, but yeah, that shit out here
this shit
happening,
is
bro.
You can't
happening,
just
and
you
it's in
can't
their
just
contracts.
you can't just
It's
fire a
in their
nigga.
contracts. No, they don't want to do that because my thing is, even if they fire you, you can still go out and tarnish your reputation in a way that they feel as though stop what they got going on. So in their mind, and what somebody has recorded them saying is, you're worth more to us dead than alive. Because once you dead, we can paint whatever narration we want. You gotta remember, dead men don't talk,
True.
regardless of how much you put out. Like, granted, only a
Use the
few
ropes to
great
jump
dead
into the
motherfuckers
grounds,
can talk
then
from
we
the
can start.
grave, and like a lot of others don't. It's sad to say, but that's just the game we live in, man.
Uh-huh.
That's why I
Exactly.
respected Pac so much, man, because he was saying in an interview, man, he was like, man, all these motherfuckers, man, they tired to this shit. They know what the fuck going on, and they just making shit worse by not saying shit or manning up. You know what I mean? They just want to be so down or so part of this shit that they don't give a fuck about what's going on with the next generation, what's happening right now. They just want what's now. They just want their money.
Mm-hmm. That
And
was
if
happening
not,
too.
they don't stop this shit. It's just gonna continue to get worse. That's why I
See, it's
respected that
happening.
nigga to the utmost, man. To the utmost. Like, I ain't never, like, don't get me wrong. I respect Biggie. You know what I mean? They were saying if you compare them two, who was the best out of the two, I'ma always go with Pac. Only because Pac, granted, was a street nigga. He had the street knowledge, the background. He can teach you some shit about some shit that they not gonna teach you in school. And that's what you want from an artist. But he also was a poet. Anybody who can put something in a format that'll make you feel it and see it without you actually being there is one hell of a fucking artist, bro.
Yeah.
One hell of an artist. Changes. Fucking Brenda's got a baby. fucking Hail Mary, nigga. Like, these are some of my favorite songs by this dude. That to this day I still play, bro.
Great artist, bro.
Fact. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Like, some of these niggas that's out nowadays, they cool and all, but ain't gonna never be no another Pop. Ain't gonna never be another Big. Like, Big still top tier for me. If Pop went around, Big would be my number one.
Well, I don't know. Me personally, I've always preferred
Don't
Biggie.
say Jay-Z, bro.
What, nigga? What the fuck?
Jay-Z.
I was about to say,
Right.
but I understand you like Drake, but don't tell me Jay-Z, bro.
No.
Got a piece of it.
Yeah, nah, fucking, Gilly pointed out something the other day when I was watching one of his interviews, which was a clear reference. But he was like, man, Drake the most light-skinned ass.
Oh, is that that
softest
shit you
ass-
sent me?
Yeah, that shit. He was like, how the fuck you get on the track talking about I hate the fact or I hate the way he make you feel? Like, nigga, what the fuck? She happy with the nigga she fucking? Like, what kind of light skin shit is that? You mad cause the nigga fucking the bitch? He was like, he put this shit on the track. So Charlamagne was like, well, what you mean? And then he got to recite the verse. He was like, you don't know the verse? You know the verse, nigga, you listen to Drake.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
I
see that
cracking
shit.
the fuck up, dog.
Was it the
Like,
Marvin's
man.
Room shit?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey,
That shit
I
was
was
hilarious.
like, Lord. I don't even listen. Like, I haven't heard anything after, like, well, nah, I take that back. Because I heard parts of, what is that? Take Care? No, that's not Take Care. If you're listening now, some shit.
If you
If
If
read
you're
it,
reading
it's too
this, it's too late.
late.
Yeah, and the only reason I heard that is because my woman, she asked me to download that for her because she couldn't find the tape. So I
You
was
made
like,
a
shit,
good
they
effort
got
down
about
there,
shit
Aloy.
fucking with me. I found it for you. So I did that, got that, and I heard like all snippets of that.
You just have to keep
But
training.
everything else, like, fucking,
That was
I
a great
ain't really
project.
hear too much about. Yeah, like I ain't really hear too much of.
What he put out was it Views, then
Let me know.
More life.
and More
Hey,
Life, and
I'ma
then
tell
Certified
ya.
Lover Boy.
Want me to set up
When
any
I get this
trials for you,
laptop
Aloy?
though, cause I know y'all fuck with music, I'm gonna need some input, some tracks that y'all think I may or may not. Well,
Want to
I
wrap
ain't gonna
up?
say may not, not may not. I'm gonna take creative criticism to see what tracks you think I should tackle. Cause I'm gonna fuck whatever up. I just wanna see, like,
Oh, you
know
want
what
to
I'm saying?
challenge
I want some
yourself?
All
insight.
trials are open to you.
Okay.
I always have. I always challenge myself like that, but I've never like pushed it
Slide
outside
down
of
any of the ropes and
my
we can
circle.
begin.
And saying as though I've known y'all for a long, extensive amount of time now, I feel as though, you know, I can
Trust us
you
with
know,
that.
what you feel like this track, or you know what I'm saying, is like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck this Jane up. I want you to hear this right quick. Now, granted, I'm an artist, nigga. I'm sensitive about my shit.
Nah, you good, bro.
Got you, bro. I got you.
Trust me. I went. Trust me.
The
I would not.
sensitivity ain't gonna be me sitting around crying, nigga. It's gonna be me
Nigga, I know
backlashing.
that.
I just want you to know that, nigga. I'm cussing some niggas out, calling you a bitch, nigga. You know, just be prepared for this shit.
Man,
Be prepared for this, nigga.
They say some artists do that shit, so yeah. When they get that criticism about that shit, they say some
Yeah.
artists do be getting mad, but they said they'll come back though. Like they be like, okay, I appreciate you telling me that. You know.
Nah, facts.
Right.
I definitely appreciate the love, bro. I ain't heard so many times I've been in the studio and watched other niggas be in there.
getting
Niggas
lied
sounding
to.
fucking crazy. Yeah, bro, and they men be right there with them. Like, oh yeah, that shit sound nice. Niggas in there 3-4 hours paying $200-$300 just to hear they man. Hey Mo, I'm nitty mousing for the shit. I be like, bruh, like,
Bro, no.
And me being like,
They be like, bro,
I
that
knew
shit
about it.
fire.
That was Young
And
Thug.
and not
That
being
was
like evil
Young
about my
Thug.
words, like not to try to crush a nigga's soul, cause I don't want a nigga to be like you some shit or you suck,
Nah, fuck that.
especially if they ain't in my camp.
Sometimes you gotta
See, but
tell a
that's
nigga
what my
that.
work. Nah, see, that's what a work speak for itself. Because I don't want a nigga to hit me like, oh yeah, nigga, you suck. Like I don't want to say it to his face, like straight up. Especially like if we ain't got no confrontation, or if I ain't just trying to like belittle a nigga.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
you ain't
letting my
gotta
work
say
speak
it
for
like
itself.
that. Yeah, you ain't gotta say it like that.
Yeah.
But like, so I tell you like this. You know, I'm very sensitive about my shit, and it wasn't until the second time I heard it that I really believed it. So like, I took something I wrote, right? I let somebody read it, and the first thing
Yeah.
they said was, "Yo, this shit read like it's a movie script." I said, "That's good." I kind of had like a movie in mind when I wrote it, and I didn't really believe them when they said it, not because of who it was, but just I don't know if it was somebody being nice or just whatever. So I took it to like somebody else, and I didn't tell them about that comment about that person saying, "Yo, I read this and I felt like this was a movie." They read it for themselves. I sat there quietly, and they were like, "Nigga, what? Where is the rest of this? This shit is like a fucking movie in my head." I was like, "Oh shit." And that was the first time I really, kind of had pride in something that I had wrote, something that I had really like written. Cause my first book was like, it was a work of labor for me, but like this second thing that I'm still like working on, it was like, I ain't gonna lie, it was a love story. It was a fucking love story behind the screen of sci-fi. And I didn't know how that shit would be perceived because I don't really watch love shit like that. When it happens,
Nah, I feel you.
it has to happen in a specific way. That's like I argue back and forth sometimes with Essence. Like I watch Supergirl, but I watch Supergirl because it's Supergirl. It's a DC, it's a DC character. I don't watch that shit
Yeah.
for what they show in there. That show
Right.
at some point just becomes nothing but like the lesbian hour. And I'm not
Oh
shitting.
shit.
I shit you not. And I'm not. I don't say
Nah, I
that
believe
to.
it. I believe it. I
Yeah,
believe it.
I don't say that to be offensive. I say that to say like it's almost
That's
like
all you
there's
watching.
like there feels like there's no real writing. All of the characters in one way, shape, form, or fashion are just women who are dating each other,
Fucking around.
or like the two relationships I care about the most was like I want to say season 3 or 4, when they had this character named Monel, when he was dating Kara, and they fucking wrote him out of the story because they had to send this nigga away because the villain then was like weak to lead, and he was weak to lead, so he had to leave the Earth because it was just going to be in the atmosphere. And then the other character who she's not transgender, but I think she had a sex change. Her name is Dreamer, and she fell in love with one of my other favorite characters, Brainy, who's like, Brainiac from the, not the fifth dimension, but from the future, like the good iteration of him or whatever. And she ended up falling in love with him, and I was like, damn, okay, they look like a pretty dope ass couple. But like before that and after that, it just felt like they were trying to shove themes down my throat. Like, yeah, I get it. Her sister wants somebody to care for her, and she wants this, that, and the third. I get it. But like all this other extra shit, like I preferred her sister who would have stayed like a agent in the DEO, because her being a superhero alongside her sister when she has no clear cut powers other than just being a fire ass woman. She's basically like a she's, if Black Widow is Coca-Cola, this bitch is Pepsi. But
Oh
that's not,
shit.
but it's not like bad, it's not like she's Diet Pepsi. Exactly, like, it's like fucking, it's like Dr. Thunder, nigga. It's like the blue can, they got the kick. So, so I don't know. When I watch that show, I'm watching because I want to see how the storyline for this season's gonna end. I'm not watching for the personal drama. Now, Flash, on the other hand, they got two characters on there now. They know good and fucking well that they love each other or they have a liking towards each other. But every time that shit come up, I actually get mad because they don't fucking push it. They just be like, "Oh well, you're a good friend too. Yeah, I'll enjoy having you in my." Get the fuck out of here! Kiss that nigga and fuck that bitch. Like, you want to. Like,
Right.
yeah. Oh, oh yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying. Like, it's the same. You feel the same way. Like, right.
Rounds are not the same
Oh
as
shit.
the former keeper.
Mm-hmm.
An honorable prize for an honorable win.
As much. Yeah. Like, they're trying to normalize it. They're trying to normalize it. Right. Exactly. No, it just sounds funny. I'm sorry. I totally understand where you're coming from. Right. Right. It's like it's like it's like motherfuckers just got scared out of nowhere and thought, oh well, we have to do this. I don't get me wrong, you should want to be all inclusive, but I put it to you like this: the way Supergirl approaches being all inclusive is like horrible to me. The Flash has a villain called Pie Piper, and they had an episode, yeah, because he has like these because he has like these gloves that shoot out sonic waves, and that's what Cisco named that nigga. But they had another episode where like he was mad at the Flash because he was stopping him from stealing something to save his boyfriend or whatever, and this was somebody that he liked. I didn't have a problem with that shit at all because it was so fucking subtle that I didn't really care. In my mind, I just saw it as, okay, cool, you got a loved one that like needs something and you're willing to fucking do whatever it takes. If if right, if fucking Dr. Freeze was gay and he was doing all the shit that he was doing to like save his husband or his boyfriend from what's that disease that she got? McGregor syndrome, then I'd be like, damn, I still feel for that nigga because he's doing something to save someone's life, you know, and yeah, but like I said, the way they tackle that shit on Supergirl just is it's a struggle to watch. I don't even watch Batgirl anymore because they went from right, exactly, right. Like I know you need
Farewell.
a fucking I know you need to represent everybody, but sometimes the way you represent, right? It's like it's kind of like how
You?
Black Widow felt
Aloy?
about the Avengers in Civil War. That's what I feel like television is. They see it as staying like
Want me to
being
set up a
being
meeting?
inclusive matters more than how you're being inclusive. Whereas Captain Rogers, Steve Rogers is more like, nah, bitch, like
Back to
how
basics.
we stay together is way more important than staying together. Like the fuck.
Hmm.
So right.
Aloy, should I ready the hunting grounds?
You got a lot of wind blowing. Yeah. I
Mhm.
don't mind the chimes, but I can't hear you for the win. Ooh, the Garden of Eden nigga. You getting some of that good? That ganja? but
That
no,
dude.
but no, but no, this episode of Superman that I saw today, man, that shit hit me and it feels like nothing else. Cause Superman ended up going through this portal to like stop somebody. And you know, and me, I'm thinking he's just gonna be gone for like a couple of hours, and then you know he'll come back and tell everybody what's going on. This nigga has been gone for like a month, and like the passage of time on Lois and his sons and his father-in-law, like I could just see all of that shit, and I was just like, damn, man. Like even on the news broadcast when they're talking about disasters and shit happening, where is Superman? You know, another preventable thing. But the only reason that it don't hit me that hard is because my brain is always like, since Crisis on Infinite Earth happened like 2 years ago, all of the Earths are one, which means Flash is on the same Earth as Supergirl, who's on the same Earth as Batgirl, who's on the same Earth as Superman. So when I see these, and Black Lightning. So when I see all of these universes together, my brain is like, nigga, fucking boat is on fire. Why are we only relying on Superman to fucking protect us?
Yeah, they're
There
doing too
are,
much.
right, like there are other heroes that we could rely upon. Now I get it. Flash protects Central City, Batgirl, Gotham, Supergirl, whatever. But that, I don't feel like should stop them from, you know, I don't feel like that should stop them from you know, helping out, protecting the world, especially Supergirl. Like, I feel like Lois Lane should be able to call up Kara and be like, "Hey, Clark's gone for X amount of time. Can you help us here?" But then I feel like writers would just be like, "Well, Vez can't help Rob because he got his own shit going on. So it's just Rob's just gonna have to, yeah, Rob's just gonna have to be on his own, or he gonna have to find new blood, you know, somebody new to help him
Mhm.
out." And I'm just like, what the fuck kind of shit is this? So,
Wow.
but outside of that, I mean, it's always something. It's sticky.
Every time. Mhm.
True. Very, very true.
I'm sick of it too.
Right. Right. That's like and the other thing what I meant to say earlier was the reason I don't like when they force feed it or try to make it normal is because I feel like it, let's say we had children, right? And we're watching these shows with our
I
children.
heard the lowlanders have been fighting
Now when they see
to the
two
west of the
girls or
grove.
two guys
If
kiss,
you're still helping the chief
they're gonna
handle
ask,
those scabs,
yeah,
you might
well
want to
not
talk
even
They're
to
like,
that,
yo,
but
that's normal.
Tide's reach.
not even
Like,
right,
yo.
not even that, but they're gonna ask, they're gonna say like, why is that happening? Now, me as a parent, I have to have that conversation with my child because they're asking, and I can't let them just not know. And then on top of that, right? But I was gonna say, like, what if them seeing that sways them to like, oh well, I want to date a guy, or you know, I want to date a girl, when before they would have grew up just, you know, wanting to, right. And like I said, it makes it hard for me to support what's being done behind that when something that's smaller, it's almost like damn, you said you saw that Watchmen series, right? Fuck. No, because I got an example that perfectly matches like what I'm trying to convey. Oh. Yeah.
We should look to the defenses.
Travel for your honor. Let our blades seek
Right.
together.
Is this easy?
Mm-hmm.
Return to me another time.
Right. Well, without going too deep into my example, there's a scene where a character asks a question. I just want to say this fucking voice thing has like popped up like 5 times this week since this update, and I don't want to cut it off because it seems like such a wonderful feature for me. But jeepers! Anyway, there's a scene where Regina King's character asks a question. The fuck? And because she asked that question,
You there? Come and trade.
What is going on?
You cutting out, bro.
No, I don't hear him no more.
you say you don't
Yeah,
hear
we
me
experienced-
anymore.
We hear you now.
No,
We
that's because
experiencing-
every time I mention anything about that ends in the little squiggly, because I don't even want to say question mark. Okay, it didn't happen that time. But anyway, because she asked that,
the government censoring our shit.
oh my goodness.
Bear with us. Bear with us.
No, it's the voice commands. But because she asked that,
Right.
no, for
It's
real.
just another way. It's just another way. It's just another way for them to butt into our conversations.
Speaking the
No,
truth.
so because she asked that, she unknowingly like triggered something else, and the question was which came first, the egg or the chicken. And the nigga that's like providing this kind of phone call or whatever, he realizes, oh shit, they both happened at the same time. And when you get to that part, of the show, your mind's gonna fucking be blown clean out your ear holes, cause you're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, why is he the one having to convey this message? I get it.
Right. So
Yeah, I got you.
but that's
Well,
but I say that to say, you know, a person that's like if a person saw a superhero on TV, that might inspire them to want to be a superhero, you know. Whereas normally they would not have had that aspiration. So if I had a child and they started watching content that may have featured like same-sex relationships or same-sex anything, you know, that might inspire them to want to go down that route. Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't love them because of that. I just feel like I would want them to be able to make that decision without prior influences, if that makes sense. Like if I do drugs, they're more likely they're either going to do drugs themselves because they see me do it, or they're not going to do drugs because they see me do it. It's never like a maybe thing. So but we're coming up on 3 minutes. I mean, not 3 minutes, 3 hours. So I'm going to ask for final closing remarks on all of our topics today. We kind of got a little political today, guys.
Yeah, it went there.
Yeah, we ain't do no we didn't really talk about movies in depthly. Not no movies. Well, no, we did talk about movies. We talked about the Doctor Strange movie. I'm looking
The
forward to
real
that.
quick, the Grammys for the night. Tyler Creator won Best Rap Album of the year
Oh, that's good. That's
at the
great.
Grammys. Yeah,
I have a feeling he's gonna win that shit again next year.
yeah. Call Me If You Get Lost. That was my pick too out the list. That's what I picked. It was between Call Me If You Get Lost, J. Cole's Off Season, Kanye West Donda, Nas King Disease 2, and Drake Certified Lover Boy.
Oh wow, of course. I ain't gonna lie, like I like Drake's music, but there is no way in the fuck he will win creative anything. Not for a minute.
Yeah,
So
but Tyler won that. He won it tonight, so that was great. That was great. I feel like he deserved it.
that's good. That's good. That's good. I feel like Viz might be off the mic or muted or something.
No, I'm here. Yeah, I was
Oh,
muted off for a second.
oh, your background was just quiet. That's why I
I'm
said
here.
that.
Nah, I was switching, so I turned my phone off, got back on the headset.
Oh, okay, I got you. But
Yeah.
I was asking final remarks about the
About what was
pod,
supposed to what?
about the pod and the topics tonight.
Of course, like always. Oh, go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking. Make sure we didn't. I don't think we left anything out.
If we did, it's always next week.
Right.
Yeah, it's
On
always
next
this
week's
week.
episode of Dragon Ball.
Right.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Trying to think. E3 was canceled again.
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
I did
Yeah,
remember
massive
seeing that.
surprise.
Me
Massive
neither.
surprise.
Me neither.
Me
This
neither.
has been building up for the last 2 years. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
tired of that.
I really feel like they need to get back to the paper age
the
versus
paper
the digital.
page.
Yeah, so back in the day, I don't know if y'all was big on Game Informers.
Oh my God, that's what you mean?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Nigga, I would
nigga,
get
they
that shit to my
send
house
fucking-
all the time.
Nigga, me and my little brother was just talking about this shit last week. He was like, man, I don't know how the fuck my brother was getting these magazines, nigga.
Me
without a
neither.
job, but he was doing that shit.
Bruh,
Yeah,
me
nigga,
neither.
Free subscriptions, nigga.
I think it was GameStop, bruh. I think GameStop was sending that shit.
It was part of that. That's what I was about to say. It was part of the GameStop subscription or being a member, and they send you
Man.
that just because you was, yeah.
And I would always love collecting them things because them covers be everything, man.
Fucking great. And then they told you about games that was coming out.
Hell
And you knew then and then
yeah.
them games was coming out. It wasn't no to be determined. If it was, they let you know in the magazine. If not, it'd be on this date exactly. It wasn't no, we pushing it back because we got shit to work on. And that's what I miss about that era versus this era.
Man, nigga, do you remember demos? Remember when they used to give you demos?
I was getting to that. I was about to get to that because those came with it, nigga. Them demo discs,
Hell
you had games you
yeah.
could play for free type shit.
All
nigga,
that,
man,
bro.
what?
Oh my God. We're old. We're fucking old.
We not old, nigga. We
Shit,
wise,
man.
nigga.
Yeah,
We
just
know
wise,
gaming.
bro.
What the new age gamers need to understand and realize is they at an age right now where they spoil you.
Oh
You got
yeah, they
everything
hella
at your
spoiled.
disposal. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day, nigga, we ain't had PlayStation Store where we can go buy shit or test a demo out because we thought we might like the game and later
Right.
on find out we don't, nigga. Nah, nigga.
Shit, you
See,
buy that
we knew we
bitch
liked that
now.
shit or we didn't. Yeah,
Right.
and even if we bought it and we didn't like it, nigga, we still was gonna like it because we fucking bought it. Like,
Right.
You
That
right.
shit, man.
hell yeah, boy, I remember them days. Fucking Spyro on a demo disc, nigga. Fucking Crash Bandicoot, nigga.
Oh man.
Damn, but yeah, that was them.
Man.
Good
Made me wanna
Oh,
fire up
shit.
Crash Bandicoot right fucking now.
Nigga, I wouldn't be mad if they made a remake of Spyro, bro.
They're supposed to. They're supposed to be making one.
Like you say. Don't tease me with a good time.
Oh,
Nigga.
shit.
No, they're supposed to be making one because I think Crash 4 did so well that they were gonna go back in and make that. And then
I gotcha.
what was the other one? I'm just a little worried because Spyro was owned by Activision and now Activision's owned by Microsoft and both of them niggas
I mean,
is.
hey, if they put it on Xbox, I just hope that motherfucker the best Spyro they ever made, nigga, for real, because
No, I don't
that
think
was
it'll
a hell
be
of a
exclusive.
game.
They'd be
Even
stupid.
if it is,
So
Spyro
I
was a great ass game, bro.
It is. And I feel like we're getting to a point where like the idea of exclusivity is like
Yeah.
stupid. And I don't want to say
Yeah.
stupid in a bad way, but like stuff that, and let me rephrase that. We're getting to the idea where exclusivity is stupid for games that weren't previously exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Gotcha.
because if I make a game today,
With a company.
yeah, with a company, then yeah, I wouldn't be.
Then you change teams like Kevin Durant did. Yeah,
Then
I feel where you coming
then
from.
no, but I'm saying I wouldn't be mad if.
See what I did there?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I got you.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
mad if
If they win the
Sony said, yo, we're gonna take your game and just sell it on our platform.
Right.
If I start out like that, cool, But imagine if Days Gone had came out for both Xbox and PlayStation.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Days Gone. I mean, granted, it's a good game, but it wasn't one of those great games where it's like, damn, like I real life relive through that character's adventure again.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to go
That shit was
through
a
shit
one-time
that
thing.
I don't want to go through shit that nigga went through again.
Exactly. That's my prime example. Because it's not like you're gonna say the same shit
But
about
it-
The Last of Us.
No. I say the same thing about that too, nigga. I played them games once.
That was the
It's-
last couple
it's-
times.
I
listen.
played The Last of Us again.
I played
Listen,
Last of
it's-
Us 1
it's-
and 2.
That's because
multiple times.
Last of Us and Days Gone are two different games. Last of Us is an open world game. I'm sorry, rephrase that. Days Gone is an open world game. Last of Us Part 2 is on rails. That's why it's easier to play
It's rare that I go through open world game twice. I mean, it's
Exactly.
rare.
That's
Yeah.
right. So it has nothing to do with Last of Us being the better game. It's just
No,
I just don't want to.
Game. I thought we was talking about exclusivity.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, we are talking about exclusivity, but the way you phrased that made it seem like, nigga, you're more likely to play Last of Us 2 again than you are Days Gone. And I'm like, well, both of them are PlayStation exclusives, but you're right, I am, because Last of Us Part 2 is an easier game to play through again, whereas Days
No.
Gone, like, you have a level up system in there. That's going to
Right.
take me time.
I
I'm
got
not
you.
going to try to dilute. Plus,
I
again,
got you.
all the shit that nigga deals with in that game, I am not trying to relive that shit again.
I got you. And I feel like when The Last of Us Part 2 come out, they're gonna have like open world mechanics and levels where you gotta upgrade your skill
And-
set
And
to
I
like
hope
build weapons or craft certain shit.
I get to play that game as long as I play Destiny. Or maybe
I got you.
maybe not as long as I play Destiny, because Destiny is like
Oh
a 10-year
man,
game.
we gotta play. We gotta play on that a little later too, man. Talk about that topic. Play on that topic.
Oh yeah.
Moving
Destiny?
forward with what Destiny has to offer. Yeah,
Oh,
you know
man.
they got not for real. They got
Let
another
loose the hounds.
expansion. They got another expansion coming out after what is it? Lightfall.
Yeah, I think I've seen that trailer. Was it a trailer? Not trailer. What's the word I'm looking for? I've seen a video on
It's,
it.
yeah. Super posted it in the group earlier.
Yeah.
But before she did, I watched the same video and I meant to send it to the group. But she posted and I was like, oh shit, that's alright. I'm glad somebody else up on shit. So, yeah.
Right.
But, I mean,
Well.
you know, wrapping shit up. I feel like we had a great podcast like always.
Mhm.
Always good energy here.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time. Always.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Rob, you sound like you need some of that Benadryl, man.
I do a little bit, bro. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
told somebody what
Brody,
you told
going
me.
through it.
I told somebody what you told me like 4 years ago about Benadryl. I said,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I said, yeah, I'm gonna tell you like my homie told me, man. He said Benadryl was God's gift to man.
That shit so goddamn great, nigga.
Man.
That shit is strong, knock your ass out and heal you at the same time. Like,
This girl's eyes were so red.
Yeah, you
So
got it with
red.
that.
I
don't
ain't
fuck
know
with
if she
that
was.
Benadryl, bro.
Her eyes were so red. I ain't know if I should ask her if she was hot and coming
All
down. If
trials
she
are
had
open
been
to you.
crying. I didn't know what the fuck
Right.
was going on. So I was just like, yo,
The
you
trials
good?
will
She's
be
like,
here when you
oh, I'm
return.
fine, baby. It's just my allergies. I was like, oh, bet.
Say less. Hey, man, but I'm
Man.
gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. It's been real, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, bro.
It's been
All
real.
Gonna
right.
sign off myself. Y'all have a good one, man. Shout out y'all later.
Facts.
Peace.